Brandon is really that guy.
Yo, you ever like really get up in there and scratch your shit? Like really get up in there?
Talking about your balls?
You get up in there, you get up on the sides.
And you scratch too hard?
Yeah, nah, you just you make sure you get like a good one, right?
Nah, I've been times.
You know what I'm talking about, though. I mean, you know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
Right? And then you're like, shit, I got to shower, dog. Like my nuts stink, like whatever. Like,
I like the smell. I'd be like,
no, I do too. Don't get me wrong, I like it too. But I was like, I'll shower after the pod. It'll be all right. So I was like, let me wash my hands though, because like my crazy ass gonna be sniffing my fingers the whole episode. Then I keep catching like. So this shit is not gone. I'm saying like, yeah.
Yo,
I'm gonna turn into Drew this episode. I'm gonna be like,
this nigga's stupid, bro.
I'm in go mode, go, yeah. I'm in go mode, yeah.
What's up, guys, gals, ladies, man, non-binary, whatever you do,
they,
welcome. They,
you,
them,
they, them,
us, all of us. Welcome to the OSA Out of Shape Allstars podcast, episode 33, right? 33?
33.
Yeah, 33.
33.
Now, Drew,
we got Jamal Adams.
We've been sleeping. I haven't been letting you do
What?
your thing. So, Drew, what's 33
God.
in Espanol, my guy?
33. I think that's
33. Good shit. Drew on it all the time. Drew on it.
I don't want to be. I keep on saying John and
It's your job.
Ed to do it. No, it's not my job no more.
And you shouldn't have
No hablo
jumped
español.
on. You shouldn't have jumped on when we first kicked off.
That was first episode. You could take it from me. First episode.
No hablo español.
Yes,
Hey,
you do.
You jumped
Papi,
off
that's
the
not
turn.
me.
Look,
That's not me.
No.
I give you $5. You turn around, you give me
I live on the
$5.
5th floor. That's not me.
Yo, you jumped off the turnbuckle. You jumped out there. So
No, I did not.
Job, bro.
So I said Uno one time.
When it went down, Dev threw it towards me and Ed. Like,
Yeah, right. Exactly. I did.
And then there was like
And
a
you
quick
jumped
one.
in because
I
you
said
said
Uno.
A quick one between me and Ed. We was going to decide, all right, is it going to be me or is it going to be Ed? It was that quick pause. And in that quick pause, Drew was like, oh.
Yeah,
boom.
exactly.
So it became me all of a sudden, bro.
Because I posed the question like, to my Spanish folks.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom. And you jumped out there. Ozzy again, I know that's your daddy, so you jumped, you felt the need to get out there, and you jumped on it, and it's been your job ever since. It's going to be that way. Stop fighting it. But again, this is episode
Yes, I can.
Episode
No, it's
33.
crazy.
What happened?
We need to talk about my man Drew like Teddy Bridgewater.
He does look like Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, bet. I can see it.
I can see it, especially with the low cut. But episode 33 of the OSA podcast. There's only 4 of us today. DQ's out, Kev's out. So we
both on that. You heard they both on that delivery truck cruising the streets.
Yeah, they doing something.
Kev out here.
Right.
2020.
Like that. Closing the year right. But while they out, we're gonna hold it down.
Kev's getting corona. Let's be honest, right? Is that what's happening?
Kev probably already had it.
I think he's looking for it.
Again, he'd had everything else. Why wouldn't he get COVID? But,
yeah, right.
So.
Yo, what you said? Damn,
Look, we gotta get them. They ain't here, so they gotta catch it. They ain't want to be here. They gotta catch it. But this is episode 33. Now, like always, episode is brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Now, fellas, we said our piece. Let's go around first before we get into the shit. Gotta introduce the squad like always. And you should know him by now. But our host is Eddie Horchata.
You're
holding down like always, Mr. Drew in the building.
You know what's up, everybody. You know what it is.
Looking real spiffy in his Don's LLC fit. Johnny Cinco in the building. And last but not least, my mom called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. Y'all ready to get into the shit in case you missed it? Kicking it off with COVID and sports. Now, this week has been a wild week for COVID. Of course.
Understatement.
Yeah. College is still doing what they're doing. Always a fuck show over there. Nick Saban got COVID again.
This is like the 5th time now?
I don't know if he's going for a record or something, but
I don't think this is possible.
Well, he's proven everybody wrong because they were saying like, "Oh, you get COVID once, you don't get it again." Wrong. Look at
Not if you're Nick Saban.
Not if you're Nick Saban. So Nick Saban continuously getting COVID. Bowls game canceled due to COVID, and then we get into what we love, the NFL.
Shit show.
And it's been nothing but a shit show. Drew, your takes, man. Let me hear your takes on COVID and the NFL. And especially with your boys.
Well.
Yeah, why don't you start with the Baltimore Ravens?
Okay, I'll start with the Baltimore Ravens. So it's like 20 some odd players either contracted COVID or like they're all put on the COVID watch list. So basically, that game been moved from that game with the Steelers been moved from Thursday to Sunday to Tuesday. Now it's be to Wednesday. So you
at
know
3:40. 3:40.
Right? Who the fuck watching that?
Who's watching that game?
No,
I don't know who's watching it. I don't know who's watching that game. Yeah, and the Denver Broncos. How is how you play a game with no quarterback?
Clearly,
the play that had to start the game in the quarterback.
Shout out to him. What was
Kendall Hilton.
Kendall Hilton.
Okay.
Yeah. Since we jumped right to the Broncos, it wasn't Rippin, it wasn't Locke, and it wasn't Bortles. Bortles should be like somewhere way far off site. Like if Bortles is your practice squad guy, he should be far away from these other quarterbacks. I forget the other Towin. I don't know. Whatever. The third quarterback was the one that got it, and then Locke and Rippin and Bortles were apparently near him. Therefore, they weren't allowed to play. There was Twitter went nuts, and they were like, "Oh, fucking is what's his name? John Elway going to suit up, and is he going to go down there?" Obviously, that's not allowed. I think the Broncos actually did try to get 2 coaches to start at quarterback, and the NFL was like, "No, buddy, sorry, that's not going to happen." They ended up going with Kendall Hilton, who played a little bit of quarterback in high school, was a practice squad wide receiver, and obviously you saw Denver mix in a couple of games. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we actually cover the game. But they started with some wildcat and stuff, but I think his total yards was like 9 yards. Pretty much just as good as Carson Wentz and the Eagles did yesterday. So
I think Carson Wentz had a bit more success than Kendall Hilton did.
A little bit, but
I
would say about that much. Sorry, Tiff. We love you, but Eagles suck.
Yeah. And then on top of that, there's no contact sports in the Bay Area. So
the 49ers got to play their home game.
So
Arizona.
Yeah, so they're gonna play their games in Arizona. So any collegiate games that's in the Bay Area, they're gonna move it, of course, because they're not gonna stop it. Because one thing about NFL and NCAA, they out for these bags, and they're gonna do whatever they need to do to get this money. They ain't stopping shit.
The two teams that are affected in college are Stanford and San Jose State, obviously. Yeah. And you were gonna bring up.
Did the Golden State Warriors find a spot to play at since they can't play in San Francisco?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't even know.
They got time, but
because Golden State, you got Sacramento, who gonna have to move.
Sacramento has that same law.
It's in the Bay. It's the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's the Bay Area.
Okay.
So, Sacramento, they gonna have to move. Golden State gonna have to move. Of course, they gonna move. These niggas want this money, so they ain't stopping nothing. COVID ain't stopping nothing, but it's just funny how much of a shit show it's been, and especially, again, not to go back, but the Ravens started off with the tight end. What was the kid name? He used to play with the Niners.
Calais. No.
The one who started the shit for the Ravens, the white boy, the tight end.
I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
No, he was the one it was a couple of weeks ago who had got it first, and then it moved down to it was like 3 of them that started the Ravens bullshit. Maybe I'm mixing the team up, but this is where it all started from, where the Ravens had this tight end and like 2 other players out. Then it went to Mark Ingram
and Dobbins.
And now it's pretty much the whole fucking team.
Yeah, widespread. Even
RG3 is gonna have to start because Lamar Jackson's out now too. So.
Oh, that's what's up. I like.
Oh, you guys didn't hear that? Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lamar's out. RG3's in.
Of course, RG3 go out to start that.
That's dope. I'm
COVID.
But that's great. COVID had a superb week doing this thing and shit. Anything else we mentioned in COVID?
Congratulations, COVID.
Yeah, you win again. I guess if you want to talk about like world news and shit too, we were supposed to stay under 3%, and we are slightly above 4, almost hitting 5. So, good job, America.
So we're gonna shut down soon. They're gonna let the holiday season go by. Get this bread. Like I said, everybody want their bread. They're gonna get this bread, a holiday season, let this shit go, and then back to shut down on our goofy ass.
We're going into lockdown 2021. That's how we're gonna start.
Early.
So with the NBA starting on the 22nd, they're going to start up the NBA, then we go to shut down?
Yeah, no bubble, man. No bubble this year. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to do it again. I don't know.
States is going to – certain teams not going to be able to play. Yeah, it's going to get –
Certain states, it's going to get real ugly real soon.
Especially with the NBA because there's not as many players, especially on, like, baseball and – football have way more players, active players on the team. Of course, basketball going to extend their active roster, but nobody wants to see them bum-ass niggas out there playing. That's what we said, Johnny. This NBA season going to be trash.
We said it was too early, John. We said it was too early. You didn't want to hear it.
Like come on.
Shit going to kick off, and it's going to be bad.
Just you wait. Why was it? Is it a problem to wait a month? They were talking about January. Was it a problem to wait a month?
All right, they wait a month.
Wait a month.
They wait a month, right? And what if this shit goes to the worst? Like they got put all in bubbles now.
So you cool with just playing maybe potentially like 4 weeks of basketball? Now, you know what? I'm going to give you a little bit of credit. How about we do – they're going to probably continue to play the NBA until the Super Bowl is pretty much over, right? They're probably going to change the states. It's obviously in Tampa Bay right now. I think every team is pretty much – any stadium can handle, a Super Bowl. And, again, they're not going to sell tickets anyway. Obviously, they'd want it in one of those states that do allow fans. But let's say, like – because I feel like as long as there's still NFL being played, then there still should be basketball being played. I just think that, like, what Dev was saying earlier, that the money is going to matter, and the money is what matters. So they will continue to play the NBA while football is going on. But once football is over, I mean, NBA pretty much runs sports for a bit because there's nothing really else on. I'm assuming hockey's probably going to get back together at some point too. So I think the NHL and the NBA will probably be the 2 teams affected again by this pandemic. If it does happen again, if there's another shutdown, they'll probably let's just say it all shut down in March, right? It's all going to probably shut down in March again this year, because that was when it was at its peak. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like you'd rather sacrifice, John, having let's call it 3 months of basketball, and then that's it.
I know what they should do. Move all the games to Florida. And have outside games. Outside, find a court.
You saying like a bubble?
Not a bubble.
Playing ball outside.
But playing ball outside, they can have fans and shit. They can still make their bag. All the games is outside. Boom. NBA, like NBA Rocker, like Getting it.
Yeah,
Getting it.
maybe.
No.
Maybe they could do like what they're
No.
doing for comedians, and you could have like drive-through basketball games where you just pay your toll and you drive your car, and instead of clapping, you honk the horn and flash the light. That's not going to be hard for basketball players to shoot free throws. It's going to be great.
NBA will be fine. They're gonna play, even with the shutdown. I'm pretty sure they're still gonna let them play. There's no fans, so they're gonna have a
what?
All right.
Fans, they're gonna have to continue playing.
They're
gonna let them play.
They were talking about having no fans last year when they did shut down.
If like a bulk of the NBA players is cashing it left and right, like every other day, him, they're gonna cancel the league.
Yeah, man.
See how bad the NFL got? I think NBA, before it will get to that point, will shut itself down before it got to all this the NFL is doing.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing
they're gonna let them play. Without fans, they're gonna let them play.
The only thing with NBA, it can happen much quicker than any other sport because of the limited amount of people. Whereas, like the NFL, you have positions. NBA, you don't have you don't have 3-4 centers waiting. You don't have 3 or 4.
It's not the group that's always together.
Right. It's not a group like this group together that you amongst your players. Like the point guard is with his team, first team, second team. Like these niggas is around each other. So that shit, like somebody get it, that can spread to the entire team. Like because of the difference in numbers. Like you see like the Ravens 27 players. That's NBA full roster and some coaches.
Yeah. I mean, we already saw an entire quarterback room get wiped out.
Right.
Again,
a whole position was wiped out.
Bro, like, what's gonna happen when the entire starting five and like their 6th, 7th, and 8th guy off the bench game?
Damn, bro.
Who's gonna be rolling out there, John?
Nobody.
Is Milton gonna start another game for the Broncos, or they're gonna get at least one QB back?
No, I think one of them will come back again. So they'll do rapid testing. Same situation that I have going on at my company right now. You get tested 2 times, you get negative tests, you're fine.
Right.
They got to spread it out in a couple of days, but I'm sure lots will probably be back.
Especially by now, they've already said they've been tested.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been tested already.
Tested a few times already, so they'll probably be back. I went for them bastards before knowing that they had no quarterback this week. My fuck up because I spoke to one this week. All right, but that's COVID and sports. We're going to jump right into it. NFL recap. Now, this was just Thanksgiving. The day of giving, all that good shit. And we had some decent day of thanks and love and, sharing moments.
Set aside.
That too.
What?
But, yeah, that too. Big part of it. The people
I didn't.
But there was supposed to be 3 games. Only 2 took place. Because one team can't seem to get their shit together. So the Ravens and the Steelers game was canceled. But we had an entertaining game. First off, the Lions and Texans. Entertaining on one side.
Yeah, one side.
Sure. Yeah, one side.
One side.
Fucking Texans came out there and played. Eddie, what's your take on the Lions Texans game?
Yeah, I mean, Lions suck, and I guess like if you're bright side looking at it, Patricia's gone, Quinn's gone, so new coach, new GM. Right. I guess hopefully you'll turn the organization around from there. That guy gets to, they're probably going to end up in the middle of the draft order, so I don't think they're going to be in the running for one of these top quarterbacks. But I guess the new coach and GM can install their new system.
Yeah.
I like Matthew Stafford as a quarterback, but I think he's kind of. I think at this point he's getting up there in age. I'm not saying he's old and he's washed up or anything. But again, definitely culture change. But I think they would probably, if not this year, next year, the following year. So the 2022, they'll probably be looking at a new quarterback. They got some good pieces. DeAndre Swift is a good running back. Kenny Golladay is a good receiver when he's on the field. The defense is pretty shaky, even though it was under like the defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia. But thank God he's gone. Hopefully he gets a D coordinator job. But that game was bad. And then on the other side, you got no Bill O'Brien and Romeo Crennel winning another game there. Deshaun Watson was on fire. I think he threw 4 touchdowns, like over 300 yards. So, I mean, good game for them.
We're talking about NFL streets. They were playing NFL streets.
Oh yeah, they had like a flea picker pass, didn't they?
That wasn't meant to happen,
Like,
though. That wasn't the plan.
With Duke Johnson, he was supposed to run, and then something happened where he would have got caught behind the line. He just threw it back. Deshaun and Fuller was running up the side and shit. Like, that shit was dope, though.
I was gonna ask play, but it's like one of those like, what the fuck? Oh, that shit was not meant to happen.
No, because you can see how when Duke Johnson, when he came off the run, he put his head up and he looked surprised to see the defense right there. He like stopped and then looked and just like threw that shit back. Like, and I guess Deshaun saw Fuller on the side. That shit was a dope ass play, man. But ESPN put out their projections, and so Lions right now is projected to have the 6th spot in the upcoming draft. This shit don't mean nothing. Jets projected out number 1. But speaking of the Lions, though, with that 6th pick, John, you probably say no, but do you think the Lions should be working in regards to the future, looking for a QB or looking for?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I feel like Stafford still has some, like he obviously getting the age, but I think he still has some in the tank. Try to gain as much talent as you could get him.
Yeah. Try
to move forward.
I would say starting like next year, they should start looking for a new quarterback.
Yeah, so I mean the top 2 quarterbacks, obviously being Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. I guess the next quarterback would be Zach Wilson, but Trey Lance. But like, who are these guys really? Like, again, I don't watch enough college football. I kind of pay attention during bowl games, which kind of sucks because we're not going to get bowl games this year. And then obviously leading up into the draft. So maybe at that point, I might change my mind if they should probably get a quarterback. But honestly, I feel like there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to need a job. One guy currently plays for my team. I think that he will have a good career wherever he goes because he's going to get out of New York, and that's what he deserves. Because I think he's a good quarterback. He's just playing in a bad system. So there will be guys available. But as far as drafting a quarterback this year under a new regime, it's going to be kind of tough because that kind of like you kind of like deflate the culture right away when you first walk in, right? If you're a new head coach, new GM, working together, and then you draft a quarterback with your first overall pick, Matthew Stafford and the rest of the team's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, we need a safety. We need a defensive back. You could have gotten good talent in the first round, and you got a quarterback. We got a quarterback. So that's how you can kind of lose a locker room quick. Trust me, I know how to lose the locker room. I've seen it happen.
Now on the other side of that, the Texans, do we see the Texans turn around their season, or this was just them playing against a really bad team?
Them playing just a really bad team.
Yeah, I think, they're not going to turn it around by any means. I think defensively, they're still a great team. Right. They do give up a lot of big chunk plays, and there's a lot of, again, that's coaching too, though, with the penalties that they give up. Deshaun Watson, obviously, they believe in him. They paid him. But, again, we talked about this, episode 4 when DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Cardinals for David Johnson. And, at the time, we thought it was a stupid move. And currently, we still think it's a stupid move. But Bill O'Brien was the GM and was the head coach there. So, he's gone. And I think I brought it up last week. Would you still trade DeAndre Hopkins if it meant you're getting rid of Bill O'Brien? So, like, you can't keep them both, right? So it's like, if I'm a Texans fan, I'm optimistic about the future. I hope that the next coach, Romeo Cornell, is not going to be the head coach.
Yeah.
Going forward, although he's just old. He's like 75 years old. I think he's the oldest coach in the NFL right now.
But I'll get rid of D-Hop under those circumstances.
Oh yeah, if it means I'm getting rid of Bill O'Brien, dude, I would trade the entire Jets starting roster if it meant I got to get rid of Adam Gase.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. I wouldn't care. Yeah. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I would trade all of my draft picks. All of my first-round draft picks for the next 5 years if it means Gase is gone.
Right.
I wouldn't care.
But it's funny. D-Hop shades Texans every chance he gets. Like, every chance he gets, he shades them.
No, of course, he's a great player. And, obviously, we'll talk about it a little later. He didn't really show up that well against Buffalo this week.
No, he did not.
But Again, he was going up against Jadavius White.
Patriots, right?
Yeah, they play the Patriots.
Oh, Patriots. Sorry. So he was going up against Stephon Gilmore, one of the best cover corners in the league right now. Obviously the Patriots took a big hit during COVID. Most of their defense opted out, but Stephon Gilmore decided to come back. And, I don't want to say he shut him down because there was definitely like a lot of like zone coverages and it wasn't all man-on-man. It wasn't all one-on-one. I'm pretty sure they switched up every once in a while. But Cliff Kingsbury played Aaron and Kyler played Scared.
You got Gilmore playing them close, and then you got McCarty playing them on the back of them. Like that's a tough feat to beat. Yeah, that's a tough. Those like two solid players, so that's a tough feat. But
and again, that's one game.
Yes, but we're gonna stick to Thursday Thanksgiving. Get into the Cowboys game versus the Redskins.
Washington football team.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. Can't say that. You're gonna get canceled.
I'm gonna get canceled. I'm sorry.
We gotta stop saying the R word.
This is my first time saying it.
I know. We slip up every week.
But the Washington football team.
Is that your first time saying the?
I never say it. I never say it. That'd be. I can say who be saying it. Yeah, I know. I make sure I don't say. I would say just Washington. Okay. I always just say Washington.
You got some homework to do. Go through every episode.
Yeah, right. Please do. Please do. All 2.5 hours of every episode. Go do that.
Write it down. Let us know.
Go do that. And Mark, what time it was that I said it and shit, so we can check that. But Washington football team versus the Cowboys. Washington looked at it fucking incredible. Shout out to my boy Alex Smith.
Shout out to my boy Antonio Gibson, who is the real motherfucking deal.
No, he's for real. He is definitely for real, man.
I'm glad they're letting him cook. They're letting him eat.
Johnny. What's wrong with the Cowboys, bro?
The Cowboys themselves. That's what's wrong.
The Cowboys.
That's horrible. Like, legit. Like, I don't understand how horrible they are.
Again, when you just –
Because you got like this, like Jerry Jones spending so much money on them. Like this, obviously, Dak getting hurt plays.
That get hurt.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm Jerry Jones right now, I am shitting fucking bricks.
Right.
Obviously the defense is a liability. They thought that they were being smart, and I'm even on record saying that they were kind of smart by signing Andy Dalton because I thought he had a little bit left in the tank. I didn't think he was going to be bad. But clearly, you need to pay Dak. I don't think that this team will be this bad. I look at the Cowboys the same way I look at the Seattle Seahawks. Bad defense, great offense.
It was bad with Dak too.
They had because of the defense, and again, like what we saw from Seattle. Remember when I was shitting on Seattle? Remember, for 2 weeks in a row.
I shit on Seattle.
No, but it's the same thing.
No.
Dallas has lost games.
Ed. Seattle actually wins games, though.
Listen.
Even with bad defense.
They not like Seattle.
Seattle wins.
They more like the Falcons.
Sure, yeah, you could say that, but because that's not fair.
Because look, it's like even with Dak not being there.
Yeah.
From their roster, defense and offense. They pieces look great.
Awesome. I mean, some of the best receivers in the game.
Some of the best receivers said to have the best O-line and a solid defense on paper. Like, they looked at decent last year, and we thought they would be even better this year.
You know why they're not the Seahawks? Because Dak was putting up numbers, but when he was putting up numbers, it was already down 20 points. Or 10, it was down double-digit points. Playing from behind. Playing catch up.
Right.
It's not
garbage time points.
What was he doing before that? Obviously, you could blame the defense being terrible, but he wasn't matching offense for offense, or it was going back and forth.
Yeah.
So it was bad.
I mean, it's tough.
Obviously, I'm not making a case. They need to pay him. Obviously, he's like what they need.
That's all. I'm just trying to look out for Dak.
But
I know Jerry listens to this podcast.
Think Jerry Jones pull a fast one and he just to QB?
Yeah, again, it's back to that other conversation: is who's going to be there. I mean, right now I am not in draft mode because at this point I just know that I'm going to end up with the number 1 pick and I'm going to end up with Trevor Lawrence. So that's all I care about. I don't care about round 2, or I guess our second pick, because we're going to get a second pick from Seattle. So just keep losing games, Seattle. So we end up with like in the like mid-20s, early 20s. That'd be pretty cool if you did that. But I'll eventually start paying attention. But to draft a quarterback, I mean, that'd be
honestly, it's
bold move to trade for Sam Darnold.
But it's hard for me to not blame Jerry Jones for Dallas being what they are, because like most of the time when you look at bad teams, you usually can say like, oh, well, the O-line ain't shit, like, or the defense ain't shit, or they ain't got the pieces here. Like, honestly, they not putting it together, but you really can't say this set. The O-line is trash. The defense is trash.
The defense is trash, though.
Like they all playing trash.
Right.
But it's not like they don't supposed to be playing this way.
Right.
Like, so with it that and the pieces that they have with all that, it's hard for me to not blame anybody but Jerry. Although Jerry throws the bag, but it's some in regards to Jerry picking up the coaching, or Jerry as running the organization, it's just not coming together anymore.
The talent doesn't match the production.
Mm-hmm.
And it never seemed to as of late. Like, fucking Witten, the last great player they had. Like,
yeah, no, it's not. Like, to me, though, it's like, I look at their offensive talent, right? And I go, just put them on, like, insert team, right? So let's say we put Amari Cooper, Dev, in your case, we put Amari Cooper with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
They cook it.
I mean, that's amazing, right? Right? And let's say, John, we put CeeDee Lamb with Sterling Shepard and Slayton.
CeeDee gonna be a Pro Bowler probably.
Insane, right? I mean, that's crazy. And then Drew, and our point. And our point. Let's say you put Zeke behind that terrible offensive line. I mean, like, on paper, this team looks good. I mean, it's just like you put these guys on any other team, and I feel like they're going to have too much. It's almost going to be like, you're like, what are you doing here?
Right.
It's a shame that they have all these guys on the same fucking team, and they just can't produce. And again, a big part of it that is Dak, and that does suck.
Yeah, but they ass, man. We're going to see Dallas again later on in the episode when we get to another section. But we're going to move into Sunday games, man. Eddie, let's run through them. Let's run through them and kick us off.
Sure. Let's see. What do I have? Okay, cool. Bills, Chargers. I don't know how many Hail Marys you guys saw that game, but there was at least 3. Bills almost blew it, but turns out they're a really good football team, and looks like they're going to win the AFC East.
Oh, hell yeah, they're going to win.
Yeah?
That division is locked up for them.
Yeah, I mean, Patriots obviously suck, even though looks like they're going to win every other game here. But, yeah. Next game, we've got Titans-Colts. Battle of the AFC South.
Yeah, probably
that was such a good game.
Obliterated.
Looks like the Titans own the South.
Right, definitely.
Right?
Because that unmatched defense that we talk about every week.
It was shitty. Derrick Henry shit on it. Derrick Henry shit all over that.
They got demolished. Give Henry his crown back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all for Dalvin, but Derrick Henry reminds me so much of myself. Like seeing him out there.
Look at you giving yourself props and shit. Fuck out of here.
I was gonna see if y'all was gonna let that go past and shit. Johnny didn't say nothing, so I thought it was just going.
I'll let it rock.
No, but, Coach, I praise the coach defense, especially them and the Steelers. But man, King Henry just looked at fucking unstoppable, man.
Yeah, 27 carries there, 178 yards with 3 touchdowns. So I mean, he caught a couple balls here and there, but I think the most praise is going to go to the left tackle, I think this is the guy that D-Cap was talking about when he was on Quisenberry. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm really, really sorry. The guy beat cancer and is back out there. And again, clearly whatever he was doing worked because it led Derrick Henry.
Again, when you're running back and you have these big games like that, you got to buy your O-line a rollie. Like,
oh yeah, big time. Take them out the lunch.
Definitely.
You gotta
big dinner,
go
big
splurge
steakhouse.
on them. Like, yo,
take care of them boys.
Let's go to the mall, man. Let's go have something to eat. Let's get some drinks. Y'all want to go shopping? Let's go to Ben's Warehouse or Big XL or whatever the fucking store. Ben's XL. Let's go. I'm gonna put it on my card because games like that, you owe it to the whole line for doing their shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then our next game we had Panthers Vikings. You guys watch this game?
Yes, I
saw that ending though. Yes, the ending was God.
I just want to shout out Chad Beebe for becoming the 0 and then immediately the fucking hero.
Exactly.
Catching that game-winning touchdown. If you guys missed the game, he muffed the punt. That pretty much would have almost ended the game.
Lost the game.
Ended the game.
Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater played great. Robbie Anderson, Troy, had a great slant route, pretty much that turned into like a 50-yard touchdown.
Where did Teddy Bridgewater get hurt? I feel like that messed up like that end play for the kicker. Like,
he dislocated his shoulder or something.
That messed up the whole play. They could have ran one more play, got like 4 yards, and I would have hit the pool.
And this was Teddy's first time playing in the there at Minnesota since his injury. Since he left the team. So, and Teddy, I've always been a fan of Teddy, and he's been having a pretty decent season this year. So I like, especially coming into the next season when they get CMC back and they get some more pieces around them. I think they have some potential with that squad.
Yeah, like I mean, I've said this from the beginning. I've been watching Matt. I'm going to watch Matt Rule's career for the rest of his career going forward. That's his thing, is that he restores. The Rule restore. He just restores fucking bad organizations. Obviously, the main reason why they ended up with Robbie Anderson there is because Matt Rule was there, or Robbie was there when Matt Rule was coaching Temple. So it takes a while. Again, it's a process. You got to trust the process at this point. I think they have the right quarterback. They have the right weapons, and they're eventually going to figure it out. I think Matt Rule's a really good coach, but unfortunately, isn't this like the second game they've won, where they were down and then they came back and then still ultimately lost at the end?
Yeah, and again, shout out to
the
homie Justin Jefferson stepping up. Thielen was out, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, getting it out there.
Yeah, no. Also, no Adam Thielen. We didn't talk about it in COVID and sports, but we're here now. So he was out on COVID protocol, whatever. I think he was in contact with somebody. Who cares? It didn't matter because Justin Jefferson and fucking Chad Beebe or Bebe, however the fuck you say his name. Beebe. Next game we got Browns, Jaguars. I don't know about you guys. Baker sucks. He missed so many wide open receivers. I mean, he threw behind and so high to his wide open tight end in the end zone against the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. We see Mike Glennon back for the first time. Long neck Mike Glennon. But the run game saved them. Game saved. Yeah, final score 27-25. God bless Nick Chubb. God bless Kareem Hunt. But I don't know what else you guys saw, but that's what I saw.
Yeah, again, like you said, God bless those guys, because without them, that team ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna go far, especially with Baker continue to be from the school of far where he just throw bullshit out there sometimes and just be missing.
I mean, he's throwing off his back foot. I don't I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, and it just doesn't make any sense. You got a wide open, you have multiple wide open receivers, and you're just missing them. And then also the only other thing to Jarvis Landry, really, really great game. He is not
better, Johnny Manziel or Baker Mayfield.
I'm gonna give it to Baker because at least they're 6-2 or whatever their record is right now, or 6-4. That's what they are. 8-3. Jesus Christ, yeah. Again, shows how much I give a shit about the season. It's so hard for me to watch football.
They 8-3. Yeah, they 8-3.
I'm getting to the point now because we're 0-16.
Right.
Because we're 0-11. Because we're 0-and Denzel Mims. For those of you just listening, I'm pointing to my Denzel Mims jersey, which is number 11, if you didn't know. Because we're 0-11, I get like this every other, pretty much right around this time, right when the fantasy season is about to end. Even though we'll talk about fantasy maybe, but let's not talk about that. It's to the point where I was sitting home on Sunday again after my debacle that you guys heard of pre-podcast. I was sitting here watching Red Zone, and I'm going, I don't even care about football. I just want to win my money. I want to win my fantasy. That's it. Like, I just want to win the weekly pool, which is bullshit, by the way. 3-way tie between me, Dev, and John.
How are we going to do that? Tell me how we going to do that.
All 8 of you. I'm going to say that we have at least 8 people that listen to this podcast religiously. There is a 3-way tie. For first place in the money pool.
Bullshit, man.
Right? Should we, hear me out, comment on this video, write a review on this episode, let us know, should we, even though the game would have been over already, should we do an over-under on the Baltimore Ravens-Pittsburgh Steelers game, and that should be the tiebreaker? That's what I think. They don't think that. They want to split the money. I think it's stupid, but I guess we're splitting the money.
I actually like the over-under shit.
Yo, what if we all take the under?
What's that?
I said, what if we all take the under?
We'll pick whoever gets closest to the number without going over it. I'm sorry.
We all gonna have the same under shit.
No, that's what we did last time. So again, all right, fine. We'll here behind the podcast. Me, Johnny, and Dev in the money pool, not the OSA pool. Me, Johnny, and Dev all picked this. Ended up with 10 wins, right, or 11 wins this week. And the tiebreaker is the over/under. So whoever's closest to the tiebreaker is whoever's closest to the points gets the money. Me, Johnny, and Dev also decided to pick 42. So we all thought 42 points were scored, and all of us decided to pick the same amount of wins. So we have 11 wins.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
I picked a different score in our OSA pool. I went to look. I picked 32 in the OSA pool, but I don't know why I picked 42. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck I picked 42? Like, I'd rather take my L knowing that I didn't pick what y'all picked and shit.
Yeah, and we'll get to it at that point. But since we are talking about gambling, a lot of people are upset about that game. Eagles did not cover. It was unbelievable how that game ended. If you're a big gambler, obviously you know how you feel. We're not going to throw salt in your wound almost a week later. So we are sorry.
What's next on the games?
The next game I had – okay, John, are you ready? So we have the – oops, sorry, I went too far. We have the Giants and the Bengals. Mm-hmm. So first things first, John. I just want to congratulate you on being in first place in a division that's terrible. I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you on still not beating a team that's above 500, and I want to congratulate you on being a first place team, going into some pretty tough some pretty easy games where you can win without your starting quarterback, who decided recently to stop turning over the football. But your starting quarterback, who up until this point up until the last 3 weeks, I will give him that, up until the last 3 weeks, has had more turnovers than he's had touchdowns. But congratulations, John. Go ahead and gloat.
Well, Johnny, tell them this weekend going to change, right? They got the Seahawks, so that's going to be their first win. Well, we'll get to the pick'ems later, but that's going to be their first win on the team over 500.
I'd rather be in first than in that jersey.
I'm in first. What are you talking about? I'm in first. I'm in first for the number one pick, baby.
First for the number one pick.
In first and reverse.
I'm not.
We haven't fucked it up yet.
Exactly.
I'm not a Giants fan, but I like what they're doing. Ingram need to do better though. Like he got too much talent to be having a big ass.
He did have that big play. He had that big play.
He had 2 big plays.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 big plays, but he missed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got some big ass.
Oh yeah, he fumbled. That's the play. He fumbled.
Yeah.
He fumbled the ball. He fumbled.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give we've shit on Gettleman for I don't know since this podcast started and probably way before that. But I think the addition of Bradbury, Blake Martinez, and this stupid trade that you gave us on an expiring contract, but you've really turned Leonard Williams around. And again, I've always said, once a Jet, always a Jet. So I am very, very happy with this broadcast. But Gettleman's moves, those 3 moves. Oh, and you could even say Logan Ryan. Granted, you're probably not going to keep all 4 of those guys going forward, but you turn those guys' career around. So good job.
I'm pretty sure we might keep them all.
You're not going to keep all 4. There's no way. Logan Ryan's on a 1-year deal. I think. Oh no, you extended Leonard Williams, so you will keep him. But Bradbury and Martinez, I don't think you can keep. But Bradbury's going to want money.
Bradbury, Bradbury. The only person that's on a 1-year contract is Logan Ryan.
Logan Ryan.
Yeah. Multiple years. If we extend Leonard Williams, that means we're gonna have him for a thing. We signed Bradbury for a 4 or 5 year deal. I think it's like a 2-year deal, maybe 2 to 3 years.
Actually, maybe you will end up with all 4.
So Logan Ryan's probably the only one. So we will have to resign.
And shout out to my fantasy pick, Wayne Gellman, man, doing his little thing while your boy is out. So racking up some fantasy points for me.
Yeah, but again, and not only have you not beaten the team that's above that hasn't been above 500, but you beat the Joe-less fucking Cincinnati Bengals. Calm the fuck down. And also, at what cost? At what cost, John? What did it cost?
We have to play with Colt McCoy.
What did it cost? Colt McCoy is more than likely to start next week against the Seahawks, and it's going to be really, really bad for
you. He's definitely going to start
that game. Colt McCoy. Hopefully, he shows a better. If the Giants play solid defense and Colt McCoy can make the game managing pass. Keep it simple for him. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Colt looked it bad out there, boy. The little bit of time that he was out there, ass looking straight ass. And I remember Colt was like the biggest thing coming into the league. He was supposed to be the next fucking Peyton Manning and shit.
Definitely.
Yeah, he was big. He came out of Texas, right, or Tennessee?
Texas.
Yeah, I knew it was a orange tee. That's all I knew. I was like, you see, Texas or Tennessee? I don't fucking know.
All right, next.
Next game we've got the Cardinals and the Patriots.
Bad game, just bad game for the
horrible.
I mean, it started with a Cam interception and then a Tyler interception, and Nick Folk fucking ended the game. Like, what the fuck?
That was another game I was supposed to win, man. That was another game I was supposed to go my way.
Ugly game. I think we kind of talked about it a little bit already.
I think Kyler's still hurt from the week before against the Seahawks when he got that arm.
That's back to our hey, if a guy's good at it, too good, if we respect him and love him,
right.
If he has a bad game, he's just hurt, man. He's just hurt.
Because when I saw him doing that, I was like, oh yeah, he hurt.
Oh, he's hurt. No, yeah. Take it. Don't worry about it. He's still hurt. She's shaking it off. He's still rusty.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. Speaking of shaking it off and still rusty and still not figuring it out, we got the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins. Give me 1 second. Give me
great
1
game.
second.
Great game.
I will just vent. So Adam Gase, quote, this is a look. This is before the game started. Quote. Go ahead, Gase. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Tell me I didn't say this. Because I'm going to get on you today. I've been letting you slide all fucking season. I'm going to get on you today. Quote, Adam Gase. This is what it could have. This is what you're going to see today. This is what it could have been. So Sam Darnold obviously coming back from injury with the full plethora of receivers in Denzel Mims, Rashad Perriman, and Jamison Crowder. And Chris Herndon, if you want to include him in there, and fucking 87-year-old fucking Frank Gore, if you want to include him in there. So obviously, totaled out to 3 points. Sam Darnold throws 2 interceptions. But I will say this is his first game back. He must be still hurt. He must be taking off some cobwebs. And I feel bad for Sam. And honestly, at this point, it's like I'm watching these games and I'm going, man, like these are the last couple of weeks I'm going to see Sam Darnold as the quarterback for the New York Jets. And it sucks because I feel like he is a good quarterback. And if there was a book written of how to ruin a quarterback, Adam Gase would have written it and the Jets would have written it. Just look at Sam Darnold's career. Honestly, God bless him. I hope he goes through the Steelers, the team that I fucking hate more than anything, but I'd rather him go to the Steelers to be the predecessor to Ben Roethlisberger or the Colts to be the predecessor of Phillip Rivers. At some point, all I want is nothing but success for him, and I will constantly root for him no matter what going forward. That being said, right after that freaking game, right? So I don't know about you guys. Drew, you can help me out here. I know you probably watched the game. But the play calling looked a little different to me. Right? And I'm sitting there going, did Gase decide he's going to do the play calling again? And I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one. Gase actually got called out in a press conference saying, hey, Adam, did you decide to take the play calling? And again, quote Mr. Gase, Adam Gase decides to say, no, I wasn't calling it. The OC was calling it. I only call on third downs. And then the reporter came right back to him. Honestly, please find the clip, Dev, and just add this clip while I'm talking. But then the reporter replies back going, really, that's really funny because I didn't see him with a playbook and I didn't see him do anything. He wasn't doing anything. What are you talking about? So Adam Gase clearly lied about taking over the play calling again. And Sam Darnold was on the Michael K show. I think I could say that, right? He was on the Michael K show like he is on every Monday when he starts. Because, again, like the main reason why I'm bringing this up is that Joe Flacco obviously looked very good with the wide receivers in those last couple of games. Again, we scored points. We did not score less than fucking we didn't get a touchdown this game, but we get touchdowns with fucking Joe Flacco. Why are we getting them with fucking Darnold? So when they asked Sam who was calling the plays, you know what Sam said? Gase was fucking calling the plays. So Gase is a fucking liar. I can't wait for you to never get a job in the NFL ever again. I really, really hope that you take a long look in the mirror, look at yourself deeply, and decide maybe you should probably coach your son's high school football team and stay away from the NFL. So that's my bet. I don't know if you guys want to keep covering this game, but I don't.
Drew, you got anything to say before we move?
Adam Gase is the newly Jeff Fisher.
I like that.
Jeff Fisher at least was 8-8. Jeff Fisher is the epitome of 8-8. Mr. 500. Yeah, Mr. 500 is Jeff Fisher. Fucking Adam Gase is like fucking. I mean, I can't even.
So you say he's the worst Jeff Fisher?
I think he's the Ryan Leaf of coaches.
Okay, cool. I respect that. That.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we can move on to the Raiders and the Falcons. Holy shit! You guys go because I've exhausted myself.
Look, I told y'all about these damn Falcons. They are the best looking, worst team in the entire NFL. When you see them niggas in the tunnel, you like, yo, this team about to murder something. This week, they actually put it together. And good thing that the only person that went with the Falcons, the only one in both pools, the money pool and the OSA pool to go with the Falcons, and they finally pulled together. Me and John go through this every week, and we should go for the Falcons and shit.
You literally flip the coin.
Depending on who they play next week, I'm thinking it's time to pick against them because they might fuck around and lose.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Me and Johnny low-key got an affinity for the Falcons and the team that they got out there, but they be playing with us. So this week I happened to go with them, and they put it together. So Shout out to the Falcons. Do a little bit more. Get my nigga Gurley some more play time. Get my nigga.
Yeah, he was out. He was out this week.
No, oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, Hill was in. He had COVID too. Again, that's another COVID story you missed. No,
was it COVID?
Was it COVID?
Injury.
I thought it was COVID.
It was like a knee.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
The only thing I gotta say about the Raiders is that I don't understand how a team can go out there and beat literally the best team in football. Because I know the Steelers are 10-0, but literally beat the best team in football and then almost beat them again. Right. And I get it; it's a divisional game, but then go back out and just lay a fucking egg against the fucking Atlanta Falcons.
You know what they say? Any given Sunday, right? So
they locked up for sure.
This was that Sunday.
Yeah, another game I don't think we need to spend too much time on, but the Saints and the Broncos. We talked about the fucking practice squad wide receiver that played quarterback in high school. Right. There was a lot of first play I saw was there was a lot of Wildcat, right?
A lot of Wildcat.
Yeah, Philip Lindsay almost had himself a game. My biggest question to that is that you have this guy come in, and you don't set up any check downs for the guy. There's no short routes. They just wanted him to fucking throw it deep. What the fuck? What kind of game plan was that? Obviously, I don't want to shit on the guy. I really don't like ruining guys' careers. After I just coming off of the Adam Gase fucking rant. But at this point, it's just what are the Broncos doing? I think they probably need to hire a head coach. It sucks because I really, really like Drew Lock. I think he has a lot of moxie. Kid's got some swagger, but he's a second-round pick. He's not a first-round pick. So I do wish him success wherever he goes, but I think it's time for John Elway to kind of get his shit together and decide. Great defense. I mean, this was my sleeper team of the year, and I think if they would have kept everything together and there weren't that many injuries, and they figured it out offensively. Drew Lock was 5-1, when the season ended.
Like you said, they need to get probably need to get a coaching change again. From them having Lindsay and Melvin Gordon was what the fuck?
Two-headed dragon.
Yeah,
that's
what are y'all doing?
And
So with shit like that, then you got Fant injured. They need more receivers.
Von Miller was out.
They started out with Lindsay injured too. So
right. Nah, but still, man.
But the fact that they got Melvin Gordon,
right,
with having Lindsay, and they had last year they had a three-headed running back scheme.
With it was Lindsay
Freeman. It was Lindsay
Freeman and Booker, Devontae Booker.
Somebody else, I can't remember.
Yeah, Devontae Booker, I think his name was.
There was one of the three-headed scheme, but then you get a nigga like Melvin Gordon, who is a ball dominant running back, hard running back, and putting with Lindsay. That shit don't work. So for the fact that they was doing that, I didn't like where they were going offensively. Again, Drew Lock has a lot of potential, but like you said, I think John Elway needs to step in and make defenses solid.
You got to fix that offensive line and get them a couple forward.
Do a little something on the offense, and then they'll be a good team.
Yeah. And on the Saints side, Taysom Hill, the Saints are – goddamn, Sean Payton's such a good coach. I think they're 5-1 in the last 2 years, without Drew Brees as their starting quarterback. Pretty fucking amazing.
Teddy killed last year.
Teddy, and now Taysom. Taysom goes another week without throwing for a touchdown, but running in for 2. So, whatever. If he's the future, I guess, they could not throw touchdowns and just fucking run it all in as a quarterback. But that's Saints Broncos. We're almost done here wrapping it up, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. We got Rams Niners. Surprising game. I called this last week. I said it last week. I said, Mostert might come back. It doesn't matter who their running back is. Nick Mullins doesn't have to do too much. We saw the reemergence of Deebo Samuel. Had a great game. I think he did a lot of jet sweeps for the most part. But they beat the Rams 23-20 there. What did you guys see in that game?
I see what I always see in the Rams, where they look really good for 1 week, and then another week they do some wild shit that be like, y'all, these type of games shouldn't even happen. Y'all shouldn't have either these blowouts or these close games with these bottom of the barrel type teams. And unfortunately, Niners, who were supposed to have a great season, injury had just killed this team. So for them to be such an injury-prone team to give such a great team in the Rams a fucking L, it's like, yo, y'all, I don't know about y'all going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to the playoffs, but they're not going to do much. The Rams.
The Rams are a weird team to me because it's like I feel like they could really just turn a switch back on and like go on kind of a run if they will. And then just the interesting stat I wanted to just put out there. So McVay and Kyle Shanahan both got the jobs in the NFC West at the same time back in 2017. Since then, those guys have played each other 7 times. Kyle Shanahan owns the record 4-3 against them. Looks like this could be a fun thing to see going forward. Hopefully, both of them keep their jobs. I think they're both really good coaches. I think they will keep their jobs for a really long time, no matter what happens. Niners obviously have a pretty good excuse with the injuries for the last, like, honestly, 2 years. Like it's almost like every other year. Besides that Super Bowl year that they had, you can look at the 49ers team where they're just a talented team that just constantly gets injured. Again, for the last fucking 4 years at this point. That was interesting. On to Johnny, your second favorite team, Chiefs, Buccaneers. I'm going to let you guys take most of this. I do just want to say one thing. Tyreek Hill had 56% of the Chiefs' total offense. He had over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in one quarter, in the 1 quarter only. So 1 quarter. The only other player to do that was the last player to do that was in 2002. So Tyreek Hill finished. In 2000, Tyreek Hill had 261 yards with 3 touchdowns, short of Flipper Anderson, who has the most yards, which is 336 yards in 1989. And I wanted to put out a stat and be like, that was before there were black guys in the NFL, but apparently not. In 1989, there was a decent amount there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. That's my 2 cents. The Chiefs are really good. They're going to win the Super Bowl again.
Calvin didn't break the record a few years back?
No, I thought he did. This guy, Flipper Anderson, has 336 yards. I thought that record would be broken by now. Apparently, the passing yard record hasn't been broken.
Calvin had like 3-something that game.
In a single game. I will look it up.
Calvin had like 3-something.
Yeah, but it's not the record.
What happened with the Buccaneers, bro?
They lost. They made a little close at the end. John, fact check. Calvin Johnson, 329. Flipper Anderson of the Rams still does have more than him. 7-yard difference. I knew Calvin had 300. But it was just a smoke session. Then Brady made it interesting. And Brady didn't throw those 2, I don't know what picks he threw in the third quarter. Those picks, like, I don't know what he was trying to do. Be a different game, and I would have been going home with the pot this week. But,
Sucks to suck.
Well, how many fantasy points Tyreek Hill had this week? Like 80 or some shit?
I can look that up. I'll look it up in PPR, though, because you guys don't do PPR in our league. Even though nobody cares about fantasy, we will still talk about it. Tyreek Hill, let's see.
He was cooking, man. For
real, like.
Even though this week's supposed to be over, so usually when we do these episodes, week of football is done.
Not for the Ravens and Steelers.
We're preparing for the upcoming week, but in this episode,
Tyreek Hill had, so 13 catches, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, accumulated in a PPR for 51.4 points. That's a lot of points.
Damn.
Okay, so then we had Bears-Packers. I don't want to spend too much time because I realized that this takes up a lot of the podcast, and I don't care. But it was fun. It was fun.
It's Eddie's idea, y'all.
It's something we were trying. It was something we were trying.
Y'all got problems, Eddie.
Just personally DM me. It's cool. So we had Bears-Packers next. Bears suck. I mean, they suck. They just really suck. Mitch came back. His comeback. He went 26 for 46 attempts, So completed less than 50 or almost 50% of his passing. 442 yards, 3 touchdowns, which were probably garbage time touchdowns. I did not watch that full game. 2 interceptions to Aaron Rodgers' 29 attempts, 21 completions, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Matt Nagy's going to get fired, I would assume.
Yes, he needs to. He's
yeah. To our Chicago listeners. So hopefully, guys. Yeah. The only other thing, get Allen Robinson out of there. Yeah. He doesn't deserve to be on that team. He's too good. Get Khalil Mack out of there.
Right.
Get David Montgomery out of there. Or, if you don't, just get a better coach. And you'll figure it out. Last game, Monday Night Football, we had Seahawks-Eagles. I mentioned a lot of gamblers lost a lot of money here. Sorry, don't gamble. Gamble responsibly, I guess. Seahawks obliterate the Eagles. I actually had a really, really fun stat. Shout out to Kyle Quinn, my coworker here. Hold on. So this is really funny. The Philadelphia Eagles drafted J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And then they proceeded to follow it up by drafting Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. What do the Eagles need right now? I also, sorry, D. Brooks, if you're listening. So sorry, dude. Fuck, man. Like, how great would it have been if they would have had both DK and fucking Justin Jefferson?
Bad for the Philly Birds.
And
Johnny doesn't like it.
DK was out there making Darius Slay look mediocre and shit.
Oh, he was cooking.
So.
But is that all for the NFL, I believe? Because we should be watching the Ravens-Steelers. But we're not. We'll cover that. I guess that's the first game we'll cover next week.
I guess so.
Yes.
So we got to cover 2 Steelers games, basically.
We got to cover what?
2 Steelers games. 2 Steelers games.
Steelers game versus the football team got pushed back to next Monday. What's it?
Yeah, it got put back to next Monday.
Back to next Monday.
So we got a Monday night doubleheader.
Ravens. It got
Ravens on Tuesday. Ravens on Tuesday.
Nice. So we get a fucking game while we record. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Against the Cowgirls too. So that was the NFL recap. We're going to move on to honorable mentions. The biggest honorable mention, of course, Tyson, Roy Jones.
And
the started a whole new challenge.
The knockout. The
Nate challenge, man. So the main event was Roy Jones and Tyson. But that did it was a lot more things that stole the show, man. Shout out to my nigga Snoop. Snoop was the best commentator I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, he should do more. Thriller should sign him immediately.
Right. Yo, Thriller should sign at all exhibition fights. They need to have Snoop and the Brian Buffer guy or whatever the fuck that was.
Right. Oh, he was like, hey, Snoop, does it smell like your fucking house right now? Like, what the fuck, dude?
That shit was incredible. Now, I didn't watch all the fights.
I watched all the fights. There was a couple of good fights on the card. There was a couple. So the very first fight, I think before it went it was that was on TV and then it went to the pay-per-view. That fight was a good fight also.
Well, I saw one of them niggas had a black eye. Like, had a closed eye from the undercard. I don't know. It was one of the heavyweight fights. One of the guys had his eye.
I think it was the closed. Second to last. I know what his shit was like this. I'm like, whoa.
Right. I didn't see the fight, but his shit was all knotted the fuck up. He looked like Martin. Martin fighting Tommy Hitman Hearns. But we had my man's Nate Robinson.
Wait.
What?
Before, I feel like we need to put this disclaimer at the top real quick. So first things first. Disclaimer. There was a time when I was obsessed with boxing. It was one of my favorite sports to watch. You grow up in a Hispanic household. That's pretty much all you do is you get the Scientific Atlantic cable box that gives you free pay-per-view, and you watch boxing fights as a family, and you learn. I respect everyone and anyone who decides to glove up and actually go and literally take a beating. You're asking to like pretty much almost like risk your life every single time you put those gloves on. It takes a different kind of athlete. It takes a rigorous training. I would never be able to do it. I don't know. I don't think anyone on this podcast, even though Kevin probably thinks he could, I don't think anyone on this podcast can actually do it. There's a difference between street fighting and boxing. It's all about endurance, and it's all about the shape that you put yourself in. That being said, we can roast Nate Robinson because that was.
Look.
I've been roasting him.
Nate Robinson, supreme athlete, basketball player, been doing this thing for a long time. We're a big fan of Nate.
Love Nate.
Dope dude. But he stepped in the ring with this kid, Jake Paul, who is
Logan. Jake is his brother. Logan.
Okay, which one is this?
No, he's
this Jake.
Jake.
Logan,
I can't fucking tell the difference.
Logan is the older brother. Jake is it's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. Goofy ass. But what people fail to realize, because black folks, people of color, we love our people, and I black and brown people, we love our people. So whenever we step outside of our box, we just automatically think like, people gonna do this. And so everybody see Nate getting up there, Nate being a supreme athlete, dunker, 5'9", blocker, just being a little stocky little dude.
Yeah, Moxie. Little ratty. Just fucking scrappy dude.
Right, little Wolverine and shit. We love
that. That didn't matter nothing in this fight.
People feel, and maybe a lot of people, from our people, don't pay attention to this kid, but he's been training in boxing the last couple of years. He's actually had other exhibition fights.
Yeah, he's technically 1-0 or 2-0 now.
2-0, 2 knockouts. Yeah. But again, Nate was, for the most part, out of his league. And a lot of times what people need to start doing, and this for the athletes, respect other sports. Because here's what I learned from a lot of athletes. Because they're athletic, they think they can jump in other shit and prevail. They think that they can do it at the same level that the sport that they've mastered. They feel like they can jump in other sports and master it.
Just because you're good at basketball, just because you're good at football.
Because they're an athlete.
Boxer. Yeah, you can't.
It's different trainings, different preparation for your body for every sport. You play basketball, you can't be no fucking Olympic swimmer. Like,
nope.
Everything is different. So Nate, with the 3-4 months that he took, I'm Nate fucking Robinson. I'm, tip-top shape. I'm a hood nigga, so I didn't. And again, somebody was talking about on Twitter, like, they seen Nate knock out niggas in the clubs and shit, like, street fight wise.
Yeah. And that's exactly what Nate was doing. He was not defending himself. He was leaving himself wide open. And again, I will give Nate a little bit of credit here. Jake had a massive reach on him. I mean,
massive and way bigger.
Massive weight, massive height, massive everything. Nate was not defending himself, and he was ready for a street fight. And Snoop, or the greatest boxing commentator in the world, Snoop Dogg, mentioned it. He was like, Nate's in a street fight. Nate thinks this is the hood. Nate thinks he's literally boxing, like, on the street. Like, this is an actual boxing match, dog. You can't be doing that. Block your face. What are you doing? Come on, Nate. And Nate just didn't give a fuck.
Nate will go swing and grab.
Like, that's what he was doing. Yep.
Like, nigga, what you about to slam him? Because in the street fight, that's probably how he fight. Stick a nigga, grab him, slam their down, working on.
Yep.
It wasn't.
And Dev, to your point, real quick, I did want to mention our guy. What the fuck is his goddamn name? Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson, right after the fight, said, I want to fight Jake Paul. We ain't going out like that. And then almost immediately,
sit your ass down.
Another quote, boxing is not for basketball players. I'm not talking shit to no boxers no more. You know why? because he knows damn fucking well. Because there was a lot of boxers that called him out too. They were like, "All right, dog, you want to fight Jake? Before you fight Jake, you fight me."
Right.
Obviously, he was getting a lot of smoke. He realizes that was probably a bad idea. And again, to your point, is that like just because you're athletic doesn't mean that you're physically. Boxing is a fucking tough sport. It's why it's a sport that I fucking love, man. That's just it's an art, and we're gonna get to that in our top 5 a little bit later. But there's a reason why there's only a few people that are great, and not anyone can just strap on the gloves and fight.
Now, the main event, of course, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Mike is 53, Roy Jones is 51.
54.
Tyson 54.
54. Roy Jones 51. 1-220, 1-210. So it seemed, both Roy Jones and fucking the ultimate boxer. He done won in damn near every division.
Can't be stopped. We hot. When will these niggas learn?
Roy got you. But Roy done been great at everything he did and shit.
I wish we had the licensing for that song. Roy, give us the licensing for that song.
Word.
That would be the official outro of this podcast.
That would be the only time that shit get played too. So fuck with it. But
that's a good song. That's a good song.
That used to be that shit. But Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, 2-minute rounds though. 2-minute rounds.
It's an exhibition.
I'm not gonna. It was an exhibition, but Roy Lloyd couldn't even go 3 minutes.
Yo.
No, but it's an exhibition. It's an exhibition though. You don't want them fight to last that long. It ain't no 12 rounds out.
No, the only issue with that is 2 minutes, 8 rounds. Soon as they would get into it, first off, Roy looked super winded. And then,
Roy was doing a lot of no-look fucking jabs, which was driving me bananas. Bananas. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
Johnny, what's your take on the fight, Roy versus Tyson?
Shout out to both of them, but I just wanted to see Tyson fight. Obviously, I felt like they took it as an exhibition. They didn't take it as a real fight. Because you can see the way Tyson didn't really aim to, like, hit Roy with some shit. Roy, it was straight body shots. Body shots hurt. But it was like, they were like, I'll take a body shot. No, they wasn't trying to knock each other out. So they had a nice, fun exhibition match. They showcased what they were still what they still have left. And obviously, they're up there in age, but it was fun to watch.
And I didn't find this.
They should have gave someone a decision. They should have never.
Okay, so to that point, because I knew you were going to bring it up. Oh, first of all, shout out Mike Tyson, the legend, for saying I was high as fuck during that fight. And also,
he said that?
Because, he was high as fuck. Like, he smoked right before the fight. So that's pretty funny. Apparently, I didn't hear that. So this is also shout out to Marshawn Lynch, who was on Peyton Manning's show. I forget the name of the show, but it's on a subscription-based website. ESPN Plus, all right? It was on ESPN Plus. And he said that he takes shots of Hennessy before games. So shout out to athletes that don't give a fuck and just drink alcohol and do drugs before fights or before game time.
It's funny.
But go ahead.
Ron, when he was Metabolic Peace, when he was Ron Artest, said when he used to play for the Bull, at halftime he would go to the liquor store and drink.
That's what's up. Man, sometimes you just gotta you gotta take the edge off. I mean, that's why I drink every episode. But
you said halftime?
Yeah, he said they go to the liquor store.
How long was that halftime though? How can you do that shit?
Maybe
it's a liquor store right outside of United Center. It's
100%.
Right outside United Center. Plus they probably had his drink ready for him and shit after he did it a few times.
Yeah, they're like, oh boy, the runner test going to be here today. I would assume that runs the deli there or the liquor store. But I didn't find this out until after the fight. So obviously, if I paid for this fight, I would have been very, very, very mad. But I did because I don't illegally stream anything.
Man, shout out to
it's
all
against
the
law.
Facebook.
Shout out to Twitch. Share the guys on Instagram. I don't remember who did it. But shout out to all you guys. I was able to watch it on a little app I call. I'm not going to say it on this episode. So I didn't find this out until the day after. But Triller, who sponsored the fight, and I don't think a lot of people knew this, and therefore I feel like most people didn't know this because I feel like they wouldn't have. So a lot of people did bet on this fight. A lot of people did bet on Tyson.
Yeah,
A lot of people lost. A lot of people lost a lot of money because of the decision. It was a tie. But what you guys, and I feel like you don't even know this, but I feel like what a lot of people didn't know is that Triller did not want any knockouts. So specifically, Mike and Roy were pretty much fighting to not knock each other out. And that if one of them got cut open with a headbutt, with a clean hit to the face, and there was blood, the fight would have been over.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
man, that's crap.
Shame on you if you bet on the fight. Again, I'll say it again, gamble responsibly. But, I mean, I don't want to say the fight was fixed, and they're clearly setting it up for a rematch. This is like a wash fucking boxing thing that Mike Tyson, and this is all going to charity too. So at the same time too, it's just like
it's going to a good cause.
It's going to a good cause, and the last thing I want to say before we move on is Odell Beckham Jr., Johnny's guy.
Okay, that's my man.
Is a fucking joke thief. So if you listen to the commentary of that fight, Snoop Dogg said, "I feel like I'm watching my two uncles fighting at the barbecue." And then Odell decided to come out with whatever bullshit he came out with. And I know that I wasn't the only one. There was a couple people that followed me.
He posted it on Twitter. Everybody got
posted it on Twitter. And everybody was like, I was fucking ripping him to shreds on everything I saw. Odell, you're a joke stealer. You did not come up with that. You are not that creative. Worry about getting your MCL and your ACL right or whatever it is that you fucking tore.
No, because people going crazy because he tried to change the joke a little bit, and then he didn't pay respect to Snoop. Like everybody that posted that joke, like, yo, this nigga Snoop crazy. He said, boom, 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 boom. Odell posed it as like an original joke, and everybody's like, yo, nigga, you just heard Snoop say this. Like, why are you trying to steal it? Like, remix it.
He tweeted it simultaneously.
That's bullshit, John. So, John, you're such a stan, bro.
Simultaneously.
And before we leave honorable mentions, Joakim Noah retired. So,
I mean, it's about time.
Yeah, he retired. He tried to get his last run with the Clippers was gonna make it happen. He officially done. So shout out to Joakim. Better years was with the Bulls and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
D-Rose era. So shout out to him. Hopefully he enjoys his retirement. We see him in the Big Three whenever that happens. But okay.
I got two more.
What about the college football player that had 8 touchdowns and like 400 yards?
Who?
John. I said I got two more. John, I said I got two more. I got two more.
You got one more now, but
I got one.
One more.
Well, I have more than you, John, on that second one. So one, because we are allies, we support women on this podcast. Shout out Sarah Fuller.
Oh, yeah, right. Shout out to
first woman in a Power 5 game. Unfortunately, that team is so bad that she couldn't kick a field goal, but I would have loved to see her kick a fucking 50-yarder.
I like to see her take a hit, though.
Yeah, that would be cool, too. But she did win.
You out there. Let's see if you really about it.
She did win a championship for her soccer team.
Yeah.
And here comes the jokes now. I don't know if it was a design squib kick, but her first fucking kickoff was awful. I mean, again, it looked like it was a squib kick, and if it was a squib kick, perfectly executed. They did not run off the they didn't get any positive yards after that kick. And to your point, Dev, once she kicked that ball, straight to the sideline. But shout out to her, changing the game. First one in the Power 5. Maybe tomorrow, this Saturday, we'll see her actually kick a couple field goals. I'd love to see that. And then, yes, John, Jarrett Patterson of the Buffalo Bulls had 36 carries, 409 yards, 8 touchdowns. Historical. Will he do it again? No. Will it translate to the NFL?
Who is he playing against?
I don't know who they were playing, but all I wrote down was Buffalo Bulls. So I guess he played for Buffalo or whatever. But yeah.
He was playing against that school Bobby Boucher went to.
Yeah.
Mississippi Frog Legs or whatever they call it.
Yeah. I will, while we move on, I will bring that up.
But again, anything else? Drew, you got anything honorable mentions?
Man, no, not really. You kind of covered it all.
You ain't got nothing. Or you ain't got nothing. All right.
What?
That's honorable mentions.
They played Kent State. Final score 70-41. What a game!
That's college for you, though.
That's crazy. So I don't watch it. Fucking bullshit.
We're moving on to bag it or trash it. Now, we got a few dope questions that we'll pose, and the guys will go around and bag it or trash it and give their reasons why. Bag it or trash it. We just spoke about them. Thanksgiving, Dallas Cowboys. Bag it or trash it. Is the Cowboys the worst team in the NFC East? Bag it or trash it, Johnny?
I'm going to bag it. They're the worst team in the NFC East. Bag it.
Might be the worst team in the NFC. All right, Drew. Bag it or trash it?
I want to say I'm a bag it, but one thing, the Eagles is right there with them.
It's close. It's close. All right, Eddie. Bag it or trash
it? To Drew's point, I'm going to trash it because sorry Tiff, sorry B Brooks, like the Eagles had their chance. Like it was almost the smartest move in the world to have that tie game where they were in first place for like 3 weeks. But I mean, Carson Wentz almost had. Again, we said the Eagles' passing offense was slightly better than the Denver Broncos' passing offense. I think they had a total of 17 yards. Don't quote me on it. I'll find it, but I'm sure it wasn't over 20 yards. It was bad. They missed those opportunities to get those wide receivers, like I mentioned. Carson Wentz doesn't look like the MVP Carson Wentz. And again, if Dak was on that team still healthy, it's a different conversation that we're having. So, no, I don't think the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East. I think that whole division sucks, but
yeah, the division is trash. But
4-6 Giants.
But
I haven't beaten a team over 500.
4-7.
I'm going to bag it. I think the race is between the Redskins and the Giants.
Our words.
What's wrong with me? That's twice.
Our words. The Predators football team, our words, are all acceptable.
Washington football team and the New York Giants are the two front runners in the horrible division. But Cowboys are definitely at the bottom. So, up next. Now, this weekend we just had, the Tyson fight, Jake Paul, Nate Robinson fight. And again, this is all exhibition. But very entertaining. I think a lot of people tuned into this. Maybe because of the Tyson, Roy Jones, and then ultimately seeing the other fights was like, okay, we got some quality shit here. So with that being said, bag of the trash, should more athletes and celebrities get into exhibition boxing? Bag of the trash, going to you first, Drew.
I say bag it. Just take the shit seriously and don't act like Nate did. But I would definitely bag it.
Eddie, bag of the trash.
There is a network that already does this, but Drew is not allowing us to say it anymore. But that's a little thing where they let celebrities and web personnel go on and fight. You guys figure it out, read between the lines, and decide who that company is that does that. It is fun. It is entertaining. It is fun to watch. Back to Jake Paul real quick. He did call out Conor McGregor. He did call out Dylan Danny's. Maybe we'll see it on trailer. Maybe we won't. Again, it's similar to that Floyd Mayweather McGregor fight. Again, that's the first fight I've seen anyone actually call me and say, "Hey, man, my dad's gonna order the fight. You want to come and watch it?" And I'm like, "What? Order and pay for something? That's insane. That's why would who does that?" And they're like, "It's McGregor Mayweather," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll come over. I'll bring some beer. I'll bring some food. No big deal." So yeah, I think it definitely does bring attention. But that fast forward, rewind if you have to my earlier point about boxing. Not anyone can just step in that ring and it's different. Look, if it's an exhibition, if they're having fun.
Yeah, if it's exhibition.
I might be teasing I might be teasing a potential future subsidiary podcast coming soon. It's probably going to be a little bit more successful. No offense, guys. But I watched the Kardashians, and they have like a charity thing, and like I'm sure a lot of this is like a while ago now, right? But you know, they got their shit rocked. People wanted to fuck them up, and I thought that was hilarious. And again, like if you get people that people like genuinely hate to get rocked by like a legitimate boxer, like that's gonna be pretty fucking funny, and I think a lot of people will actually watch it. So yeah, I think I'd even pay for it. I'd pay for it. But do I think it's going to be a superior sport? No, it's going to be dog shit, and it's going to be stupid.
No, not against boxers. I would like them against celebrities.
No, like amateur boxers.
Or celebrity on celebrity. Amateur boxer would totally knock a celebrity out, bro. they gotta wait in their lane.
Hey,
Drew,
stay
in their lane, bro.
Drew, hear me out. Some of them deserve it.
All right,
Some
John,
of them deserve it.
Back in the trash,
lane, bro.
I'm going to bag it. Obviously, what happened to Nate shouldn't have happened, but if, matchup. If you put the celebrities with the right matchups, not too like and they take it like serious enough to do it. They really willing to commit and do it. Let them,
Yeah.
I think Nate and Jake should have worn some headgear. I don't know if that would have helped out because you still got not clean out. But I think for like celebrity, you should have just put the headgear on. Obviously, Nate Robinson's an athlete, but he's not a boxer.
Right.
And Jake has actually taken it seriously, so I felt like they should have at least had the headgear on. And let them go at it. But,
and again, a lot of these celebrity exhibition fights, they do usually have on headgear and have on waist gear and shit like that.
Yeah.
I guess because Nate is a supreme athlete, and Nate probably didn't want to wear no headgear.
Probably not. Yeah, and Jake's ready.
Right, and Jake being someone who's actually taking this shit seriously and actually practicing, so he probably like, no, I don't want to wear headgear, and we saw what happened. But I'm going to bag it. Remember they used to have celebrity boxing on Fox like a long time ago. I remember
Celebrity Deathmatch?
No,
Celebrity Deathmatch?
That's a joke.
But celebrity boxing used to come on Fox, and one time, China, I remember she was fighting a guy on there. She got beat up. Rest in peace, China. But they definitely should do this, and I want to see more rappers do it. Actually take it serious. Like they do all this capping and shit on the internet, and none of these niggas can really fight. So take a couple months instead of capping on the internet and pulling out guns and shit. Let's set up a fight. Let's get everybody on the ticket. Let's get 4-5 people on the ticket and handle it that way and see who really tough or not. Because I feel like Thriller is setting himself up to potentially be like the versus of celebrity boxing. So if they can put together some good matchups and shit, it can be a real thing that we see for a little bit.
So before we go on to the next one, ideal celebrity fight. Dev, you go first.
My ideal celebrity fight right now would be 50 Cent versus Ja Rule.
Okay. That's good. Drew, who you got?
Let me. Oh shit. Go to John. I'll think it.
Okay, Johnny.
Johnny like my pick.
Oh, dang.
Nah, you know what?
Or either game at 50. Either 50
don't take my pick, man. That's my pick.
I got one.
Okay, John, go.
We're doing rappers just for one of it. Their beef is not that serious, but Drake, Kanye.
All right, interesting. Drew, go ahead. Don't do Drake 50. That's. Go ahead, Drew.
I was gonna do game 50, but motherfucking entertain my shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go semi-political. I'm gonna go Fauci, Trump.
Oh wow.
Okay. That would be lit. That would be lit.
I just picture Fauci with the gold chain out, wife beater, fucking like blue
Fauci
fucking basketball shirt.
Fauci gonna whoop his ass.
He gonna whoop his ass. Yeah, but they're gonna be wearing masks when they fight.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, moving on.
Rapper thing, and rappers.
I mean, we said celebrities as well.
I said celebrities. I was trying to have fun with it. I didn't want to do rappers. Y'all all did it.
All of them could be on.
That's why I went with it.
All of them could be on the ticket. But moving on to Bag of the Trash, and now we understand that Clay just suffered a bad injury, torn MCL. Achilles. Okay, so Achilles injury, he's out for the season. Since then, the Warriors have made some moves. They got Kelly Oubre over in GS now. So in the interim, they have found a real good piece to replace Clay in the short term. But with that being said, Bag of the Trash it. Will the Warriors make it to the playoffs without Clay? Johnny, to you first, Bag of the Trash it.
Barring any injuries to the rest of the team, I'm going to
bag it. Okay. Johnny's bagging. So you still think with Kelly and the pieces that they already got, they have enough pieces to make it to the
Having Clay makes them a championship threat. Without Clay, takes them a little under that, but they're still a threat to make the playoffs. Yeah.
All right. Eddie, Bag of the Trash.
Unfortunately, from what I saw from the bubble, and again, call it recency bias, call it whatever the hell you want. And I know there was a lot of movements there, but I still believe in Devin Booker and my Suns. I think OKC, even though they lost Gallinari, I think they're still a good team. The Hawks are
OKC lost everybody.
OKC lost everybody. But the Lakers, the Clippers are still there. So, could they sneak in and potentially get the 8th seed? Sure, but I think it could be a little difficult without Clay. And again, what Johnny said, barring any injury, you lose Draymond, you lose Steph. Like, I don't want to say that you will, but you lose Steph, God forbid, knock on wood. But again, there's too many factors that could get in their way.
Right. And this is all bearing any injury.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I don't root for any of that.
Drew, Bag of the Trash.
Barring any injuries, I'm going to bag it. Jonathan Wiseman, you got Kelly Oubre, you got Steph, you got Draymond. They got enough to make.
And you got Wiggins. You still got Wiggins.
Yeah, you still got Wiggins.
And
they got enough to make.
And you got that center nigga that look like you.
Jonathan Wiseman. I just said it.
No, not the other center that looked like you. From the
Looney. Kevin Looney.
No, Looney don't look like me.
Yo, don't Looney look like Drew?
No, he don't.
You gotta put that picture in the.
No, Looney does not look like me.
Put it up.
Picture right here.
You guys decide.
All right.
Let us know.
All right, whatever.
Let us know.
So following Drew, I'm a bag it. They still have enough pieces to make a fight. At least between the 6 to 8 spot, they're gonna be in there. So, and I've said this before. You look like Kevin Looney.
You've never said it on here. That was great. Oh man.
All right, Bag of the Trash. Now, one of my favorite coaches, Jim Harbaugh, is having.
You guys know how I feel about him.
Having a tough time in college football. He over there in Michigan. They gave him the bag, but they just can't seem to get it together. I don't know if college is right for Jim. So Bag of the Trash. Should Jim Harbaugh come back to the NFL? Eddie, Bag of the Trash.
Yes, I do believe that. Sorry, give me 1 second. I had his stats, but I fucking lost it because whatever. It's just what happens. I mean, obviously, I said this last week kind of a little bit where I hinted that, Pete Carroll, when he was the head coach of the New York Jets, it didn't really work out that well for him. And he went back to college and still had some success, and now he's back in the NFL, and he's one of the best coaches in the NFL right now, arguably. So for Jim Harbaugh's career in the NFL, he is 49-22, and even though as bad as it's been with Michigan recently, because he was the head coach of Stanford and he was an assistant coach at Ohio State for a little bit, but his college career again is still above 500 at 107-49. Again, what the thing that staggers the most is that in the NFL he was 5-3 in the playoffs, and in the college level he was 2-5. We have seen this before. We have seen this formula before, and we've seen the parallel to it with Nick Saban, Urban Meyer. guys that come to the NFL, it doesn't work out, they go back to college, they become rock stars. I feel like in this instance, Jim Harbaugh will come back to the NFL and will be a rock star. There is an opening in New York with the number 1 overall pick. Your brother might be out of a job too. It'd be really cool to have you and your brother as fucking defensive coach and head coach of the New York.
John ain't going nowhere.
I'm just saying.
John ain't going nowhere from the Baltimore Ravens. What are you talking about?
John's probably going to get fired because that team sucks. And
are you
also
serious?
Drew,
God.
you're showing your fucking colors again. I didn't want to yell at you today. I was trying to be nice to you today.
But you're
why
talking,
would you? Drew.
Are you really talking?
Drew.
Okay.
Drew.
All right.
Drew. If you are a true Jet fan, would you not want Jim and John Harbaugh as your coaches?
Of course I do, but don't be talking nonsense.
No,
like, what's going to happen?
But look, again, to give it perspective,
nonsense.
John is a good coach on a good team, and the Ravens shouldn't have the season that they're having. So we've seen in the past where good coaches that have good teams, where they underachieve, where they like.
But
all I'm saying is don't be surprised that if Jim gets a head coaching job in the NFL, that John won't follow him shortly after. I'm not going to say it's right away. It might be the following year. It might be the year after that, or it might be the year that he actually gets hired.
I'm not gonna lie. Even if the Giants get fired, I don't see them both.
That would be so fucking sick, bro.
Drew, bag of the trash. Should Jim Harbaugh come back to the NFL?
Nah, I'm bagging it because come back to where you was doing good. You was doing good in the NFL. Give the NFL another try. Give the NFL another try, bro.
John, bag of the trash.
Yeah, bag him. You should definitely come back to the NFL. He should have never left in the first place.
Well,
he's one of those coaches that should have got. You know,
they played my guy though.
Yeah, them 49ers.
Yeah, the Niners did him dirty.
Yeah, they did him dirty. But I definitely bag it again. Great coach, great personality. I think that he tried the college shit, got his bag. All right, you got your money, your family taken care of. Get back to the pros, play your game, get with a good team or a bad team, and build from there. All right.
Championship.
Last question on bag of the trash. My guy, LeVar Ball, right? So as we know, his son LaMelo. LaMelo was just recently drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. Also, his son Zoe plays for the Pelicans. And so he was having
where's the other one? What's he doing?
Jello.
No, the other one.
Jello.
Yeah, he in the G League. He in the G League.
I forgot what he signed to G League.
Yeah, he with the G League. So all his boys
clearly the worst brother.
All his boys.
I would say
he is the worst brother. He is the worst. Obviously, he's the worst brother.
He did had the bad situation in China and just been downhill for him since.
Yeah, when they were stealing and shit, if y'all don't know, he got caught up in stealing him out there in China, and that pretty much plummeted his U.S. He lost his college scholarship to UCLA, so it pretty much went down from there. But that's neither here nor there. So LeVar was having a conversation with his boys and shit, and he's discussing, being athletes and living a life. And he was telling his boys, basically, if you don't find you a good woman prior to the superstardom, you're more than likely gonna meet or marry a whore.
Yeah, I think it was, quote, you don't meet your wife in the NBA.
Right. You don't
meet
your right.
Yeah, they're all hosts.
So more than likely you're gonna run into something of that caliber. Twitter went crazy. How could you judge people? You such a hypocrite, and you such a cis male, and all this going crazy on. This is the first time I seen LeVar trending on Twitter and shit. Everybody was talking about LeVar.
We seen LeVar trending before. What you talking about?
Well, you on Twitter? You be on Twitter?
Yes, I be on Twitter.
What's your Twitter? Because I don't never see you on that, nigga. But anyway, if he has trended before, it's been a while since he's trended.
It's been a while.
So we'll put it like that. It's been a while since LeVar trended, but he was trending recently. So bag it or trash it.
Bag it or trash it
first. Is LeVar's statements true? You don't meet your wife in the Yeah, to you first, Eddie.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to start by saying also I am an ally. I don't think all women are. I respect women 100%. Honestly, I don't even make the own rules in my own house. Honestly, she is my queen. She is my goddess. I do not.
Let them know.
I don't do anything without asking permission. It's just what it is. It's the truth. Women are strong now. They make more money than we do. They deserve to make more money than we do. They give birth children.
Oh, my God.
That being said,
that's a setup.
That being said, so I'll tell you guys a real cool story. So I won't mention the NFL player's wife who said this to me and a friend of mine. But they were females. And again, I'm going to try to be as clean as I can when I say this. They were females that had relations with athletes that would perform fellatio on said athlete, excuse themselves to the restroom, then regurgitate the excrement into a protective, what do you call those? Whatever. Prophylactic. And then proceed to shove the excrement into their is vagina the right word? Vagina. To get pregnant. If you don't believe me on this story, that player did play for the New York Jets, because this is where this question was brought up to me. But he was also playing at the same time that Antonio Cromartie played for that team. I'm not saying it was his wife. He's got like 88 kids from like 88 different people. And again, I don't blame him. But yeah, man, sometimes these hoes ain't loyal. Sometimes these hoes be trifling. Again, not calling all women hoes. I'm just saying, just like guys, there are guys that are hoes as well. That we be trifling as well. And we be thotting out as well. But it is what it is. Also, LeVar was, I almost called him LeVar. LeVar was also, he said, hey, like, do you really think this is true? Like his comments that was said. I think he was on a podcast. I don't remember exactly which one it was. But he said, yeah, I've seen it. You know, this is my best LeVar. He's like, I've seen it. There's been hoes in my house, you know? And then it started getting me to think and start to wonder and actually start to care and be considerate of the women that the Ball brothers have dated in the past. You know, maybe when they were like 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, where they were like, he thought I was a hoe? Like, you know, like if you're an ex-girlfriend of one of the Balls, like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, LeVar just called you out on national, like, I mean, it's not broadcasted now. It's been on Twitter now. It's gone out there. Look it up. You can find it. LeVar literally said he's already seen hosts. So it's like, if I'm an ex-girlfriend of one of the Balls, I'm pissed. And you better believe that you're getting a text message. The Balls are going to get canceled at some point.
They probably was some hoes. Drew, bag of the trash. Is LeVar's statement true?
Yes and no, because what he says is actually true, but you can still find your girl in the NBA. I mean, like you can find your wife in the NBA. You can find both. You can find your wife, and you can find hosts. So you can find both.
They there.
You can find both.
I know the hoes there, but Johnny, bag of the trash.
Well, bag it because it's not that deep. Like it's clearly it wasn't like what he said wasn't that deep. It's easy. Obviously, he's basically saying men get successful, and it could be vice versa. Basically, man, when you get successful, obviously, you're gonna attract a certain type of woman. It's not gonna be the woman that's looking for you per se, but the success that you brought onto yourself, and that's what's gonna attract them, and that's all they're gonna reach on to. That's what he's saying. You in the NBA? Oh, that's an NBA player. You could be
that's right.
the 10th man on the team. You in the NBA? That still count. That's all he's saying.
I used to work with a girl.
He's just saying the field is gonna be harder if you're single. Make it to the NBA. If you don't have that your girlfriend, high school sweetheart, college sweetheart, you don't have that going to the NBA. He's just saying the field's gonna be harder for you as a single NBA player to find.
That's why you see a lot of these guys get married and engaged and with children before they even make it to the NFL.
Right. Yeah. And again, just to end this shit, it's common knowledge in every aspect, in every fucking occupation. A lot of times, men or women, they see success, they want to attach themselves to it. So even if you're a fucking doctor or you're a lawyer, if somebody learns about your success, they're going to try to attach themselves to it. And a lot of times, people's intentions ain't always the greatest. Their intention is to solely be a part of your greatness. Even, and that's why I said, no offense to those girls that used to date the boss, but they was probably some hoes too, because these boys they've always been famous. Like they've had recognition. They've had a lot of recognition their whole life. So I know personal cases growing up in Chicago. I know people that didn't pan out to make it big, but had a lot of potential. And I've seen people try to attach themselves to them solely off the potential. So if you are a celebrity, i.e. a NBA superstar, and you haven't found the young lady or young man, depending on what you do,
that's right,
that was there from day one. It could be WNBA
or
any sport, right?
Or they also,
right? All that. If you don't find your significant other prior to you reaching a certain celebrity status, the chances of you finding somebody that's there for the right reasons is going to be hard. Not only for meeting the right person, but you as somebody being a celebrity, trusting that person to be there and be genuine in their reasons to be there, not to capitalize on your finances or your celebrity. So what he said ain't nothing new. Like, we all fucking know this.
We've known this.
Like, regardless of whatever field you in, if you somebody big, you're a big time like a doctor, and you meet a woman, and again, you don't see much that she got going, you might question, like, what's she here for? Because you might meet someone and you don't know why they are there, then you might have questions about why are you here, because I'm this person, I have this reputation, I have this resume. Is that why you're here? That's life. So he wasn't saying nothing crazy, nothing out of the norm. It's just LeVar Ball saying it's going to be a hot take. So I'm bagging it because it's something we all fucking know. Like, be careful with your heart, and only bring up with the people that was there from the bottom with you. And some of them motherfuckers you got to leave too. So
when one of us finally make it big, we will never forget each other. Eventually.
Again, I'm married, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna end this segment, and I'm gonna change the words because I guess now it's been outdated.
What?
But the great poet once said, "They take my money when I'm in need." Yeah, they're spitefully. Friend indeed. Oh, they gold digger. Way over time.
That dig on me. That's life, man.
Yeah.
That's bag of the trash shit. We're gonna move on to Marquee Misses. But welcome back to the OSA episode 33. We are in Marquee Misses. Now again, like always, this is Drew Baby, where we discuss or talk about spotlight our Marquee Miss games that might get slept on or might not be shown on TV that should potentially be a good game. Also, we have our players that players that might be slept on that should have a breakout week. We'll all go around.
I say we should do the decap way for this episode.
So
what's the decap way?
Because Johnny said it, we're gonna do it the decap way, and then we're gonna do our marquee game as well as our marquee player all at once. So Drew, kick us off. You'll give us your marquee miss game as well as your marquee miss player for week 13.
My marquee miss game is going to be the Washington football team versus the Steelers. And I want to see the defenses. The defensive matchups in that game is going to be ridiculous.
That's a good point because I guess on the face I was like, that's a bad game. But then I realized I feel like a lot of people think that's going to be a bad game, but it turns out it might be a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
Good job, Drew.
Good shit. And my marquee miss player.
And my marquee miss player is going to be from a different game because I want to get Mecole Hardman from the Kansas City Chiefs. I know he's going to get some shine in this game against the Denver Broncos. So that's my marquee miss player.
All right, Johnny, what's your marquee miss for week 13?
Marquee miss is Seattle Seahawks and New York Giants.
Okay.
Why, John?
I'm picking that because
I think the Giants are going to
have faith in my team securing this number 1 seed in the NFC East. So therefore, that is why my game is an important game, and we're going to win that game.
Now again,
Seahawks
ain't got the best defense, so Giants could have a potentially good offensive game.
Daniel Jones isn't starting, right, John?
Daniel Jones ain't starting.
My marquee miss. Let's go, Colt McCoy. Marquee miss.
All right.
Colt McCoy.
Now I take back everything I said because Johnny's full of shit right now. He's full of shit. I was going to give him the credit on the Giants, but then he throw Colt on top of it. Now,
is it hit? All he has to do is not throw an interception, hand the ball off, and complete passes on third down. That's all. I don't even want him to have a crazy game.
That's so easy to do, John. The way you butter it up, I mean, it just seems.
It's not, because you heard what I said earlier. It's not. For him, it's not. So, therefore, all he has to do is at least go 50% on third down and don't turn the ball over. And we have ourselves a ball game. The Giants' defense just managed to fuck up.
Yeah, I remember when Colt McCoy was like the shit coming out of college.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was crazy.
Remember that?
It's supposed to be the next Peyton. But, Eddie, who's your marquee miss for week 13?
I'm thrown off. Again, the streak was broken again. Salvin Ahmed didn't even get to play this week. So I'm going to try to bring it back. I want to say he's my marquee miss player because I feel like he's not been getting a lot of love in that offense because they're just so dynamic and they're just so powerful. And they got a guy named Le'Veon Bell over there that's stealing targets from him. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire should have a breakout game. I'm expecting
real quiet.
At least 2 touchdowns, potentially a receiving touchdown from him, but a total of at least 100 yards and more. And then my marquee miss game came recently. I actually went back and forth on this a little bit, but it turns out it's going to be the Rams and the Cardinals. I think that this is again, if Seattle will more than likely beat the Giants, but with San Francisco virtually eliminated, even though they're still on the bubble, I think this is a big who's going to get that wild card spot coming out of the NFC West.
Right. All right. So my marquee miss for week 13, my game is the Colts Texans. Now, reason being, Colts is one of the top defenses in the league, but they had a bad showing against King Henry. And again, it's King Henry. But then on the opposite side, you got the Texans, who had a great game against a shitty team in the Detroit Lions. So with the game that Deshaun Watson and Fuller them had and Duke Johnson had that week, I would like to see them perform that way against a solid defense, although they didn't show it, but the Colts is a solid and dominant defense. So a high-power offense versus a good defense. We'll see what they really about this week on both sides. So Colts, Texans is my marquee miss game. And my marquee miss comes from Johnny's game. And that's Wayne Gallman, their running back. Gallman. Running back from the Giants. I like him. I like that kid. I think he has some potential. I see him getting a touchdown.
If all marquee
and again with Colt McCoy being being a quarterback, they ain't got to worry about Daniel Jones running. He ain't gonna run. They gonna just give it to Gallman or whatever the fuck his name is. So that's my marquee miss player. I expect him to score a touchdown. I ain't gonna say how many yards he's gonna have, but he's gonna have a touchdown. I will give him that. All right. So that's marquee miss week 13. Now let's get into NFL pick'ems. We're gonna go around now. Usually, I'll drop the graphic, and I'm still gonna drop the graphic of the standings. I just don't have the standings right now because we still have games that have to be played. So usually,
yet.
So right.
Yo, you know what's crazy? So we're recording today on Tuesday. There will be a game tomorrow, and then there'll be a game on Thursday, which is sick.
Is it? I don't think there is going to be a game on Thursday.
Is it not Falcons Saints on Thursday?
No.
Let me see.
It's supposed to be the Ravens and the Cowboys.
No.
You're right. That's a 1:00 game.
Sunday is the first game.
Oh shit! So this is the first episode dropping with no games.
No games on Thursday.
Wow.
That's whack. So usually I'll have the standings. I'll discuss it. I'll still have the standings. So here are the standings as they are as of tomorrow, Wednesday. The episode will drop Thursday. Okay. Right now, though, I don't have the standings to say who's where.
Well, we still getting a doubleheader on Monday. Remember we spoke about it earlier in the pod? The Steelers and the football team play on Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
So do the Ravens have a bye?
No, they play.
No, the Ravens is Tuesday.
They'll be playing on Tuesday. That's so sick.
All right, so NFL Pick'em, Week 13. Football. We'll go around. I'll give the games and to get the spreads, and we'll all make our picks for Week 13. All right, first up, at 1:00, we got the Saints versus the Falcons. Johnny, who you got?
Oh, shit.
Saints.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, who you got?
Saints. No doubt, Saints.
I'm going to take them dirty birds again. Falcons again, second win. Eddie, you got the spreads?
Working on it. Give me a second here. Just loading.
Loading up.
Loading.
No, Falcons.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, so who you got and what's the spreads?
I don't have the over-under, which sucks.
I got it.
You got the over-under? All right, John, cover me with the over-under. So the Saints are minus 3-point favorites. I do expect the Atlanta Falcons to cover, but give me the Saints.
The over-under for that game is 45.5, so over-under 46.
Okay.
Over.
All right, next we got the Browns Titans. Johnny, who you got? Can we go around? No? Browns Titans?
That's a helpful. I'm going Titans.
Yeah, I'm going Titans too.
Yeah,
I'm going Titans.
So everyone's going Titans. All right. That's all right.
And then we have where the fuck are they? God damn it. Sorry, guys.
I got
John,
you.
Go
ahead, John.
Titans are 6
I got them all now.
favorites. And the over-under is 54.
54, yeah. Go under, and yeah, Titans. And Browns should cover.
All right, next up, we got a shit bowl. Lions versus the Bears. Johnny, who you got?
I'm going to go with Detroit.
Drew, who you got?
Bears.
Ed?
Oddly enough, the Chicago Bears are favored in this game, minus 3 points. They've had issues with their kickers. So I expect the Detroit Lions to bounce back. I expect them to cover. They'll probably win by a touchdown. Over under is 44 points. Give me Detroit.
Yes, give me Detroit. Don't trust the Bears, man. Just don't. All right, next we got Bengals, Dolphins. Johnny, who you got?
Dolphins.
Drew.
Dolphins.
Ed.
Do we know if Tua is starting?
I don't think so.
Nah, because I don't think so. It's still
Still injury, right? Well,
yeah.
with none of the Joes, because I'm assuming Mixon is still going to be out. Miami is hanging 11.5 points on the Bengals. They kept it pretty close against the Giants. The Giants are a worse football team than Miami at this point, because I'm putting Miami in the like kind of good football team. Over under 42. Give me Miami. That spread is just too fucking wide to not pick them.
Yeah, I got Miami. Get my guy Fitz the W. All right, next we got Jaguars, Vikings. Can we go around? Do y'all trust my guys?
No, I don't trust them, but I'm still going with them.
Okay, Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. And over under 52, I expect an over because who cares who the quarterback is? These guys just fucking sling it out there. Sorry, I got to charge up. And the Jacksonville is minus 9.5 points. I do not expect them to cover that. So give me Minnesota.
All right. Next up, we got the Colts, Texans. Johnny, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Colts.
Drew, who you got?
Colts.
Eddie, who you got?
Colts, Texans. Okay, we have a over-under of 51 points. Houston's looking good. They are actually underdogs 3 points here. I expect them to I was going to say they're probably going to win by a field goal here. So give me the Texans. It looks like Indianapolis is falling apart.
Yeah, give me the Texans as well. I see Deshaun Elm and the offense pulling it together. Coach got their back on the rope. So give me Texans. All right, next we got Raiders, Jets. Can we go around?
Sure.
The
Raiders.
Raiders.
Over under is I'm trying to do my Chris Berman. It's not working. Over under is 47 points. Give me the under. Raiders are 7.5 point favorites. Sam Darnold and Adam Gase's high-powered, full-fledged offense with all their receivers. They're not going to cover. Some spread here. Give me the Raiders and the Jets will cover.
All right,
was that a good Chris Berman? I don't think so. Oh,
nah.
All right, next we got the Giants, Seahawks. Johnny, who you got?
Going G-Man.
Drew, who you got?
Seahawks. Definitely.
Eddie. I got Seahawks as well. Eddie, what you got?
Johnny, help me out with the over/under, but I'm seeing a spread of 7. Seahawks are 7.5 point favorites in this game.
On the app I'm using, doesn't have it doesn't show a line or us.
Yeah, I got no money line. I got no over/under here. I'm assuming it's because of Colt McCoy, and there's a lot of unanswered questions with Daniel Jones. If Colt McCoy starts, I got to go Seattle.
Right. All right.
I expect the Giants to not cover without Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Next, we got Rams, Cardinals. Johnny, who you got?
This is a really good game.
Yeah.
Rams Cardinals is a really, really good game. I'm going to take the Rams.
All right. Drew.
I'm going to take the Cardinals.
I got the Cardinals as well. This is a bounce-back game. Bad game for the Cardinals last week. I don't see that happening this week.
And they're coming off bad games, though.
Rams are actually favored in this game, minus 3 points. I got the Rams winning by at least a field goal. Over/under is 49 points. I'd probably go over. I mean, both teams had pretty bad games, and they're looking to bounce back. So I expect my little Cooper Kupp to fucking light it up and put guys on skates like he did against fucking Tampa. Baltimore. Where was it? Yeah, Baltimore. That was awesome. That was Tampa? Yeah. Last week. I expect that again. Bounce back game for both teams. I think they're going to score a lot of points.
All right. Next, we got the Patriots, Chargers. Johnny, who you got?
Pats.
Drew, who you got?
Let me get the Pats.
I got the Pats as well. Close game. But Eddie, who you got?
I got the Chargers. I still believe in Justin Herbert. Looks like the
I jumped shipped already.
Yeah, it looks like the Patriots are 3-point favorites here, or 3.5-point favorites here. I'm sorry. 47 is the over/under. I'm looking for this game could probably end like 27-24. I think the Chargers will cover. I think the Chargers will win.
Again, shout out to my nigga Keenan Allen for quietly cooking. Just playing ball, man.
And Hunter Henry's heating up. Austin Eckler's back.
Yeah. Next up, we got Eagles, Packers, all around. 3, 2, 1.
The Packers.
Packers, yeah, for sure. Over/under is 47. I never go over with Philly playing because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But also, this could be a game where they just fucking light it up and Aaron Rodgers looks silly. But either way, they're 9.5-point favorites, so I don't expect Philly to cover. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. They will cover. So, yeah, take the spread on that. I think they probably will. It could be a close game. Who knows? Are we going to see Jalen Hurts or what's his name? Carson Wentz. Doesn't matter. Again, could have had fucking DK fucking Metcalf and fucking the other receiver, Justin Jefferson. I mean, goddamn, that was bad.
All right, next up, we got Broncos, Chiefs, all around. 3, 2,
1, 2, 3. Chiefs. Okay, so I resent the last remark I made about a crazy spread here. 14-point favorites are the Kansas City Chiefs. Over/under is 51 points. I don't think they have a quarterback, so definitely take the under. I don't think they have a quarterback, so don't expect them to cover that. That's fucking wild.
All right. Next up, we got Washington football team versus the Steelers.
Who you got? Ooh, that's
Washington versus Steelers.
Are we 1, 2, 3 or?
No.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Johnny, who you got?
I can't.
Steelers.
Drew, who you got?
I can totally see an upset, but I'm going with the safe pick and picking the Steelers. But I can see an upset though.
So we could have went around and went with the Steelers. All right.
I don't think so.
Oh, we couldn't have. Eddie, who you
got?
I
don't think so.
You picking the Washington? You have
so
to
look.
The
Look. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm coming off of a extremely short week, playing on Monday in a doubleheader at 5:00, back home, just beating the shit out of the Ravens because I'm assuming they're going to beat the shit out of the Ravens tomorrow. If I'm an undefeated team, I kind of want to get the fucking loss out of the way. Okay. Like I just feel like you're just like, you know what, man, like. Who cares? Like, we're gonna make the playoffs. I don't want to be the team that goes undefeated going into the playoffs and then losing. Again, Antonio Gibson has emerged himself into this stud running back. I do love Scary Terry. Alex Smith doesn't have to do too much. That defense is still pretty good. I don't expect them to go crazy on this win. They might win by a field goal. So the over/under on this game is 44 points. I expect an over. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are actually 9.5-point favorites. I think Washington might actually pull this win out. So I'm going to give it to Washington. This is my sleeper pick of the week.
All right. I think this was somebody Marquee Miss, no? Bills.
Yeah, it's my Marquee Miss.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So, okay, no, it's not. So it's nobody's but Marquee Miss. But it has potential to be a Marquee Miss. Bills versus Niners. Johnny, who you got?
Bills.
Drew, who you got?
Bills.
I'm going with the Niners, but Ed, who you got?
Surprisingly close spread here. San Francisco is plus 2.5 points. Over/under 48. I don't know, man. I like Buffalo. I really, really like them. But again, this is the Monday Night Football game. It's prime time. Lights are going to be on. I like Josh Allen, but I like Kyle Shanahan more. I think the Niners might actually pull this one out.
Yes, indeed. All right. And we got Cowboys, Ravens.
On our Tuesday night football game.
Tuesday night
football game.
Well, we'll be watching while we record. It's going to be great.
3, 2, 1.
Ravens.
Where RG?
And most likely going to be RG3 as the starting quarterback for that game.
Yeah, most likely.
Is that what it is?
I mean, most likely.
Okay, I don't know why we 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go with Dallas. They're all like, no. Look, they're only John, I don't have the over-under. If you have it, let me know. But Dallas is a 7-point underdog. That's easily covered. This is one of those games where I think that Dallas could sneak it in because I've been saying it all year. I think the Ravens are frauds. I don't think they're a good football team. And now they're not going to have their quarterback for 2 weeks.
I think
that's not showing over-under, so maybe it's because by the time we get there, we don't know who's going to be the quarterback. So
yeah, as of Tuesday, there is currently no over-under, so sorry, gamblers. We can't help you that much this week, but it's a weird week in the NFL. Deal with it.
All right, and now, again, that's the matchups for this week. We will get DQ and Kevin's picks, and so you can see it all right here. Here's our picks, and we're going to get into our last segment, and that is Fab Five. Now, because of the illustrious fight we had this weekend, the Tyson and Roy Jones bout and Nate Robinson knockout, Jonathan El Cinco suggested we do Fab Five top knockouts. So, whether you do it boxing, whether you do UFC, whether you do fucking a headbutt in soccer.
Yeah, I didn't know, and I just did boxing.
So, Eddie just did boxing.
For my 5 choices is on boxing.
Johnny wasn't specific about it, so I knew he was open to whatever. He was saying it in the sense of knockouts. Whatever the sport is, top 5 knockouts, and kicking it off like always.
Me.
Drew kicking us off at number 5. What you got?
Yo, one of the matches that totally obliterated, that totally lost her career. Like, she was in a funk after this match. Was the Holly Holmes versus Ronda Rousey, where kicked her. She damn near kicked her head off, bro. Like, that kick in slow-mo is like deadly, bro. Oh my God.
I like that.
Broke her face.
Johnny, what you got at number 5?
Number 5, I have Koista KO Zab Judah.
Yo, had a breather like.
That's the one where Zab did the he dropped, got up, walked, and dropped.
Yeah.
And he dropped again.
Yeah. That's a dope one. Eddie, at number 5, what you
got? Mine comes back all the way from 1997. Jimi Thunder in what seems to be the quickest, still to this day, the quickest knockout in boxing history. 1.5 seconds versus Grimsey. Literally just fucking.
What?
Yeah, 1.5 seconds. It was a right hook, and he just.
So they just walked in the ring and
they just think, and that's it. That's how quick it was. Yeah, that's how quick it was.
Crazy. I got it. So all the clips to these knockouts will be here on the pod. But my number 5 is Marcos Maidana versus Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was doing all that hopping and shit. Adrian Broner was doing too much.
Too much. Way too much.
He was playing too much, and Buddy had him doing a stanky leg and shit. Hit his ass. So that's my number 5.
Oh my God.
Solely because of Adrian Broner just being a cocky asshole, doing too much, and he got what he deserved. All right, Drew at number 4.
My number 4 is gonna be fucking Mayweather KOing Victor Ortiz off over in the fourth round of that fight in 016, where like in the Victor Ortiz did no. He tried to headbutt fucking Mayweather, right? Mayweather didn't like that shit. And you see Victor Ortiz going for like, nah, let's cool it. Let's be fight. Mayweather just comes in with beat, and straight knocks his ass out. Like, and at the end of the fight, he said, motherfucker should put your hands up, bro. You gotta keep your hands up.
And this Mayweather don't really knock out nobody, so for him to knock somebody out was a dope.
Because it's usually punch.
Right.
Hey, you gotta do it how you live, bro. That's how you undefeated.
He get them points up. Get them lands up, and that's how you win. But Johnny, who you got at number 4?
Number 4 is Juan Manuel Marquez KO's Manny Pacquiao.
Oh,
yeah, that was bad.
Bad. And it was like right before the bell too. So it was like split second. That probably wouldn't have happened. And he put Pacquiao to sleep. Put the Pac-Man to sleep.
All right. Eddie at number 4.
In 2005, Corrales versus Castillo, number 1. I'm going to call it the comeback. Corrales was knocked down twice in that round. This was, it was in the second round. Second round. He got knocked down twice, got back up, ended up knocking out Castillo. One of the greatest comebacks I think I've ever seen.
Dope. All right, my number 4 is a fight that I actually personally see, but I did some research, and one of the dopest fights I saw was Williams versus Potter. It's a heavyweight boxer by the name of Danny Williams, and he was fighting this guy Mark Potter. He had dislocated his shoulder.
Oh shit!
In the fight. So because they was grappling so much and they was hitting the rope so much, his shoulder popped out of place. But he didn't want the fight because the refs were trying to stop the fight, but he didn't want the refs to stop the fight. So he's fighting with one arm, and he uppercuts the nigga with the one left arm, and TKO the guy and shit. TKO Potter with one arm. Shoulder, when I put the clip in, you see his shoulder. You can see this shit dislocated. Shoulder's like down to his fucking ribs. And he's fighting with one arm, and the guy got close enough. He just uppercutted his ass, hit him again, TKO. So just for him to be a brawler like that and to fight with that one arm is pretty dope to see. So that's my number 4. Drew, at number 3.
My number 3 is actually your number 5, Dev, with Marcos Maidana knocking out Adrian Broner, acting too cocky and shit.
That's gonna be the highlight of Adrian Broner's career, unfortunately for him. And then Madonna did like remember Broner was dry humping him, and then Madonna did back and shit.
I remember that. That was the funniest fight ever. Yo, teach you not to do that.
Madonna got him on the rope and humping him back and shit. I was like,
yo,
this niggas is wild. All right, Johnny, at number 3, what you got?
At number 3, Manny Pacquiao KO's Ricky Hatton.
Hey. Nice, John.
Manny Pacquiao fought Ricky Hatton? That's an old nigga.
Yeah, he washed him, though. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was crazy. Second round, 2009.
He fought, but that fight was years ago.
Yeah, 2009. We were in high school still, guys.
Yeah, but how old was Ricky Hatton when that happened?
That's a good point.
Do quick age.
Ricky Hatton. I don't know.
Well,
like
just
was old during that time. But Eddie, who you got at number 3?
To bounce off Johnny, that was my second. That was my third pick. Was that same fight? Manny fucked him up because in 2000. And again, Ricky Hatton was no fucking slump. He was no scrub. He knocked out. He knocked down Pacquiao for the first time in his career. I mean, Pacquiao had been in 5 fights before that. And had never been dropped, and he got dropped in that fight, and then he got backed up and fucked his ass up.
Mm-hmm. I got to check that out. But at number 3, I'm switching over to UFC. At number 3, I got Anderson Silva versus Victor Belfort. Front kick knockout. Big feet, big boot, Kevin Nash style. Kicked his ass with the fronts and knocked him the fuck out.
Damn.
Yeah. And yeah, he's notorious for them kicks, so them front kicks. So Anderson Silva is at number 3 for me. All right, Drew, at number 2, what you got?
My number 2 is Deontay Wilder versus I'm going to fucking butcher this guy's name. It's Arthur Splitka?
Close enough. Close enough. I know which fight you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, where in the 9th round, he totally turned this motherfucker with a right hook. Bro, literally he turned him, bro.
Turned his whole body?
Turned his whole body around, bro. Oh my God. That shit was nasty.
Right.
Don't laugh at my tick.
I'm laughing at your laugh. All right. At number 2, what you got?
At number 2, you just mentioned it, Anderson Silva with the front kick to Vitor Belfort.
Yep.
Front kick knockout. That's my number 2.
Eddie, at number 2, what you got?
Like I said, I did all boxing here. If I had probably known previously, there would have been a little bit more UFC stuff. So I'm gonna. I feel like we need a black and white clip here. So I'm gonna go Ali straight up washing Brian London in that corner. I mean, like I had to play it back like several times because I remember seeing a clip of it like a while back. But then rewatching the clips yesterday and today, I played it back a lot where he just like, he was rope-a-doping his ass like on the fucking turnbuckle, just kept going until this guy finally dropped. But great fight, obviously Ali, one of the greatest fighters of all time.
And those gloves used to be heavy as hell, those old leather gloves and shit. All right, number 2, recent, and it's also from the UFC. We probably all seen it, but I didn't know who this kid was until I saw this. Joaquin Buckley versus Consigagna. The guy grabbed his foot and he did the spinning knockout kick.
It's what's that called? Technically Insecurity? No. Yeah, Insecurity.
Yeah, dude grabbed his foot. He tried to kick him. He grabbed it and he off one leg, spit out, kicked his ass, knocked him out. So
the Insecurity from like wrestling?
Yeah, that's technically what that move is called. That's an Insecurity, yeah.
He fucked him up. And that's what he's known for in his short UFC career, young black dude, but that was a good ass kick. All right, but number 1, 5-5 knockouts. Drew, what you got at number 1?
Manuel Marquez knocking out Manny Pacquiao in the 6th round. And buddy, they were looking like they were tagging each other too, but my fucking Manuel Marquez just hit at the right spot and just laid his ass out. How much time was like Manny Pacquiao on that? He was like at least like 5 minutes.
Manny dropped. He went to sleep. He went to sleep.
So you put Pac-Man to sleep.
He did.
Put him on a lucky one. Hit him. Boop. That was it.
Yep, put him to sleep. That was it. That was bad. That was tragic.
All it takes. All it takes.
That was tragic. Late in Manny's career, but it was tragic.
Mm-hmm. John, at number 1.
My number 1 is Tyson Cato's Trevor Berbick, become the youngest world heavyweight champion of all time.
All right, how you gonna have a knockout list and not have Tyson on? It's ludicrous. It's preposterous.
I almost put another Tyson knockout on my list. Almost.
It's preposterous.
More, but
it's ludicrous.
All respect to
my back
Tyson.
is broken.
Word time out.
Final.
Yeah, he said, what's wrong? My back is broken. Yeah.
Final.
Tyson got a lot of quotables too.
Shout out to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson really is the best.
Remember when that shit was trending like a couple of years ago? That little shit, the wild shit. I forgot what it's called. And they had obviously Tyson tried it. He was laughing. He's like,
oh yeah.
He bust his ass.
Right.
I seen the clip where someone like edited it. So when he falls, it goes to him. I broke my back.
Final.
It's just the funniest shit.
Yeah, shout out to Tyson, man. I mean, homeboy went from legend to freak for biting off Holyfield's ear to then becoming a movie star and then having his own TV show on Adult Swim, the podcast, and now having his pretty much starting Triller, right? I mean, being a big part of that. And he's on his Vince McMahon shit at this point now. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Mike, man, and that face tattoo.
And again, Mike is inspired one of the greatest skits ever. I don't know if y'all saw on Key and Peele when they were having a boxing match. I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
That's inspired.
Yeah. By Mike,
Mike. That's inspired by Mike.
Yeah, it's not a joke. I'm gonna cuddle you. I'm gonna marry you. I'm gonna take you outside. I'm gonna take you out for a nice breakfast, and then maybe we're gonna get married one day.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna fuck you in the ass. All right, Eddie, at number one, what you got?
My number one obviously had to be Tyson. Gets the bout that my number two should have had, Ali. And finally knocks down Frazier. In the real moment that should have gone down as the down goes Frazier. That's in my honorable mentions. Frazier didn't really go down. He just fell. But Tyson fucked his ass up.
Mine.
What?
No, he fought Marvis Frazier.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
And my number one, Simpatico. 20-second knockout. Mike Tyson against Marvis Frazier, knocking his ass out. Number one. Can't have a knockout list and not have the ultimate knockout king on the list. You can't. He has the number one spot. He is the king. We can have a fucking Mike Tyson 5-5 knockout.
Yeah,
right.
Don't.
He had a fucking video game too. That's the other part we forgot to mention. Punch out.
Super punch out. Mike Tyson, right? You can't have a knockout list without him.
Stop discounting my list.
No, who said
no one is.
You saying you can't have a knockout without Mike Tyson. I don't have Mike Tyson.
I'm saying in regards to us having this episode about knockouts and not mention Mike Tyson, you all
Cool.
Yeah.
I got
you also didn't have the Steelers and the Chiefs on your top 5.
Sure,
a couple weeks ago. So. No surprise there, Drew.
Right.
No surprise there.
No surprise there. But that's our episode 33. OSA, Out of Shape.
You want to go honorable mentions or no?
Any honorable mentions? You got any?
Can I just go off on Oscar De La Hoya because he was my favorite boxer before he decided to dress like a woman and do a lot of cocaine. Oscar De La Hoya versus Marigoya. Oscar De La Hoya versus Gaze. Oscar De La Hoya versus Vargas. Fuck Vargas up, by the way. And Oscar De La Hoya versus Carzo. Fuck them all up. Ali versus Listen. Ali versus Foreman. Foreman knocking down Frazier in the down goes Frazier moment. Tyson versus Williams. Martinez versus Paul. Canelo versus Khan. Canelo fucked up Khan.
That was a bad one.
That was bad. Yeah, that's all I got.
I got two.
I got one. I'm just throwing my one out there. Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Forrest Griffin that's kicking his feet up and shit. He was so fucking done.
I don't know which UFC fight it was, but the guy that turned into he was riding a bicycle when he got knocked out. He did one of these. Like he was just like his hand. That's dangerous, bro. I don't know which fight that was, but I remember that.
I don't want that to happen to me.
Sitting there. What's that? It's going down.
Young Jock.
Young Jock.
My two honorable mentions is one is Derek Jefferson versus Maurice Harris.
Okay.
I'll
put the clip here. I'll put the clip here.
You look at the clip because I seen it earlier. I forgot who knocked who out, but it was one of those bad. Like after he got knocked out, it was one of the bad ones, and I got another one. It was black and white, so it was Emil Griffith versus Benny Perret. He was just beating on him it was bad. It was another bad one, but that one's a little older, so I don't know who they are. But it was just a bad one I saw.
But we're gonna put all the clips here. Comment if you have any KOs that we missed out on that we should have had on our list. But again, that is our list is specific to us. So drop your list in the comments. If you got a list
We out.
Don't know.